in the process. When has this process ever worked for anybody? I think there's like one couple that's still together from this
Yeah,
show.
The Bachelor is like the worst turnaround.
The worst.
Even Big Brother actually has a better turnaround than The Bachelor.
Because don't a bunch of people end up dating from the show?
Totally. And it's like on Big Brother, you're with somebody for like 3 months, and it's like, okay, cool,
Right.
I get him.
And these
Bachelor,
people get like 3 hours cumulatively together over like 6 weeks, and they're like,
yeah,
you were the one. I'm ready. I'm
you're
ready
the one
to
I
marry.
want. This week on The Bachelor Talk with Nathan.
Hi, welcome to episode 60. What a way. What a picture. Yeah, so I thought Carson had like finished his bachelor story. So my finger tapped with the live because it was just hovering, and then he was like, and another thing, and I was like, oh shit. It's gonna be I haven't had a good actual like mid-sentence in a while because we're always just like, let's do it.
We're giving them some content, Nathan. That's
absolutely. It's all for Ben. Let's be real. But that being said, yeah, we're back with episode 60 of Hyperspace Hype, talking chapter 2 of the book of Boba Fett. Joining us as always, we have Carson. There we go.
Yeah, I don't have any clever nicknames this week. Yeah, ready to talk about Bob.
Bob A. Fett.
Bob episode 2. Back on Lawrence of Arabia. We were just joking before. He's in that comparison shot, and I was like, John Favreau was back on that film. It was just kind of funny.
He was like a kid actor at the time.
A kid actor on the Lawrence of Arabia.
When's Lawrence of Arabia come out? Fucking 81?
I'm about to say, is he that old?
No. How old? Yeah, how old is
I think what I'm thinking of is what's that one that like gets remade with the fucking like the chariots in the Coliseum?
Gladiator?
Yeah.
No, it's is that Lawrence of Arabia?
Oh, I know what it's
Chariots
called.
on Fire?
No. I think Michael Fassbender was in a remake of it.
Yeah, god damn it. What is it called? I should know that.
Is it Lawrence of Arabia?
Is it Amadeus?
No.
Or like
No.
It's a famous chariot one. God.
Yeah.
What is it called?
It's like fucking 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
How are we?
I used to watch that as a kid.
Let's look up what the Michael Fassbender one is.
Because my grandmother loved that movie.
Spartacus?
No, not Spartacus, Ben. But hey.
But hey, man. Yeah.
Evan as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Boba Fett, Boba's time. I'm excited.
Oh, Ben-Hur, I think that's it. Yeah,
Ben-Hur. Boom. Ben got the Ben-Hur reference. Woo. Makes sense.
You her.
Ben-Hur.
I hardly know her. Sorry.
Get out of here, Nathan. This might be the first
I'm gonna
time,
get a drink.
It might be the first time in a long time where we have 2 Hyperspace Hype episodes before like a Michael T episode. Like this is our Hyperspace in a row. Usually it's like Hyperspace and a T, Hyperspace and a commentary, but we just did 2 Hyperspace Hypes in a row.
Good for us. We're back on Star Wars.
We're back on Star Wars, which is great. Yeah, my cup of tea sometime later, but yeah, I love having 2 Star Wars episodes in a row, 2 Star Wars podcasts in a row. Are we like tied right now, or do we have 60 on my cup of tea as well?
I think. Did we catch back up? I think we did. Or no, it was like 62.
Are we 62, 63?
I'll check.
Nathan has like the deets.
I have those analytics.
But yeah, it's a new year, and it feels like I'm getting rejuvenated with Star Wars again. Like
especially
Wave 3 of High Republic is out.
Have you started, by the way?
I haven't started because I haven't even bought the book yet because I'm behind on my comics. And I was like, a lot of the reviews said like you want to be caught up on everything before I read it. I'm like, okay. So
I was gonna ask you about this quickly before we dive into anything Boba Fett, because since I'm reading Out of the Shadows right now, am I missing like is in the comics? Does Rethan Comac show up, and does it show like? Because it talks about, we went and like had to get these artifacts from this Civil War ridden.
That wasn't in there.
And then also Vernestra, because I know Vernestra was on that Drengir mission in the comics, but I think that one goes up to issue.
So is Rethan Comac. They're on there's like a final confrontation with the Drengir, and like everybody.
That one yet because
everybody's in it. Yeah, Rethan Comac come there, and they're like, oh hey guys, yeah.
So yeah, I need to do some backtracking in the comics as well, and then finish Out of the Shadows. And I think
Out of the Shadows is important because something happened with Vernestra that's very important. I think it's gonna be very important.
Yeah, and so then once I'm done with that, I think hopefully my out of print edition will be shipped mid-January, and so I'll be
that'd be perfect. Yeah, we can conclude.
But man, I'm excited because I've heard excellent things about this.
Me too. Yeah, I heard mixed things from like other book people, but then like Star Wars Explained was like I couldn't put it down, and then Noah's like I loved it. So I'm like, okay, cool.
I know Claudia, man, she doesn't miss when she. Literally, I've never seen it. I've never seen her miss. No. Not once.
Ever since Lost Stars, I'm like, you're my author. You're my
literally.
You're my number one guy.
Revive some of my Star Wars. Like, just...
What was the Batman reference from like the '89? My number one guy.
Do you remember that like Bob. How long the wait felt for like the Last Jedi back like from 2015 to 2017 because it was just that cliffhanger and we were like, dude, we gotta wait 2 years. It was like, and that was when I first started reading Claudia Gray. Was back in that little time gap, and I'm like, dude.
I remember popping to my Blu-ray like, oh, Rogue One's coming up. Let me just like get in the mood, watch Force Awakens, and then like I finished and I'm like, fuck, another year.
Yeah, that was 2016 was a dark and great year. It was dark because as a Raylo person, you were getting destroyed on the internet. I got caught a lot of bad things.
I wasn't there yet.
But in 2016, like, the hype was also just great because there's a lot of great books in that year too. And Rebels was in full gear. That was some good stuff.
Oh, that was season 3 of Rebels in 2016, I think. Yeah.
Oh, let me just bring up to the point. So our last episode of My Cup of Tea, which was the full 3.5 hour No Way Home review.
Wow.
Spoilers and all.
Dude, I was so spaced out like half of that.
I was locked in. I was like, I was literally fucking Neo. I began to believe, and I was like, I see everything.
Great movie.
Yeah. That was our episode number 61.
Okay.
Wow.
So we're right behind. Actually, never mind. I was like, yeah, when we do the show tomorrow, we'll be tied. No, it's not how time works.
It's not how math works.
Evan's my teacher.
And not for math, I'm not. Unless you want to fail. Boba Fett time.
Hey.
Into it. Do you actually watch this episode, Nathan? Are you behind? Are you good? You caught up?
No, I watched it. Dodging Twitter is hard because like people won't tag properly.
Yep.
So I remember I was just like I was at work and I was like scrolling. I was like, "Is that a Wookiee?" Is that a monkey?
It's a gorilla.
I was like, that was that? No. And I remember I did see an image of the huts and I was like,
yeah,
cool concept art.
You guys got spoiled by that? Dang.
I did, but I wasn't sure it was part. I didn't really think it was part of this. My brain was just like, all right, that's some cool like, because like the textures of it like far away on Twitter compression. I was like, oh, it's concept art or something. Whatever. I was like, all right, cool. It's from a book. I don't know. It's High Republic. Sure. Scrolling along, and then I also saw fucking Boba like smiling on the fucking speeder.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that, and I just knew it was gonna be a train heist thing or whatever.
That was I really know like the core plot.
Blah, blah. And I was like,
so I was just like, I'm intrigued to see what's gonna go down. I didn't know, and like as soon as they like kick off with like the mayor and the guy they got, and I was like, this is what I want. And then the other half of the episode was like, we're going back, and I was like, all right. Actually, I was intrigued because like going in, I was like, am I like really that compelled about like the backstory of the stuff? But like the way it like, because when it gets to the little point with the train, I'm like, all right, we're watching the set piece. Why do I care about the train? Like, I mean, it looks cool, but like, why? Why?
It's a train.
No, yeah, and it's a train and it looks cool.
Trains are cool.
But then like when you get through the whole episode, it's like, all right, it's not really about the fucking train. Maybe later, but it's really all about just like the molding into like the tribe and its ways. And I'm like, all right, I like that.
100%.
Can you guys imagine? It made me think about this whole format. Like, if Boba didn't show up in Mandalorian, and they just released this show, you know, like with this being like the present time, it would honestly be crazy.
Wow, that would be a different. Yeah.
You know what? If the show drops and we get literally the same. You know, we see the Sarlacc pit, the same thing. But I feel like I would have a lot different. Like, I'd be like, whoa, like. Because it was kind of like so dulled for me at least until I saw the first episode because we kind of talked about this in our last review of like, you know, he shows up and then, oh my God, it's Boba Fett and he's gonna kick Stormtrooper ass and he's gonna do this and do this, and then he's kind of just there, and so you're just kind of numb to him for a while, and so then the impact of
Uber
like
driver.
seeing him for the first time back in the main spotlight is like so interesting.
That's a good point. Yeah.
We have like that little taxi driver three episode arc where he's just driving around. So I don't know that when we got to the flashback again in this episode, it made me think like, oh, what if the show was just like the flashbacks as the present?
That'd be good. That's a good point. And going off of that, I'm having a blast with these first 2 episodes in comparison to Mando. Like I'm already seeing, even though it's weird because it's written by Jon Favreau, I'm seeing like things that I see in Boba that I just don't see in Mando that I wish I do see in Mando.
Right.
For example, in this week we get the whole awesome train heist, but for Mandalorian, it feels like Mandalorian is the type of show that would give us that same exact set piece and then end the episode. Where you're on a high note and just like, okay, great, this is an awesome action sequence.
I can totally see it, and then he cuts it. Yeah,
exactly.
It makes me want more of the like it effectively is like a season 1 situation where like meeting back with the Mandos and like getting personal with them. But that was, I mean, like we got chummy with them in like the 3rd episode, and then we didn't see from them again until we see like their armor in the finale and they're gone.
Right, because we had 4 mission of the weeks to do.
Yeah, so
pilots.
so it would have been cool to be like, hey, do a mission, but let's process the mission back at base with our people.
Yeah,
that's a really good thing. I think this show is actually doing, like Evan just said, is doing a really good job of like reflecting on what those moments mean for the character.
I swear to God, if we 180 this show again. I mean, I want to.
Carson's right, because like the end of this episode is so character driven. I'm like, wait, what is happening? I actually like I'm getting stuff.
Same with episode 1. Like,
what are you doing, Lucasfilm?
And I actually like I was against the grain in episode 1. I thought it was a really pretty solid episode. It wasn't great, it was pretty solid, but we got some good character stuff. Like especially with the flashbacks and the Tusken. I knew it was leading somewhere, and people didn't like the flashbacks last week. I actually thought the flashbacks were my favorite part of last week. And they get to my favorite part again this week because like it bears fruit. Like we get a lot of great stuff.
This is such a great point.
I broke into a. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was just gonna say, like, it's so interesting to watch the reaction to this show because I feel like different people are clinging on to, and it's so clear cut with like obviously when there's the flashbacks in the present. I feel like there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, I just want to be in the present. I want to, move forward with the plot. And, get to these battles and whatever else this show is going to be." But then I feel like on the other side, we're like, oh, even though I don't really like operating in this sandbox of like known character, known timeline, known, I see little hints of like, hey, that's actually cool. If we're going to do it, at least we do it a little bit that way. And so I'm seeing that with this show, and I'm liking those moments more and more. And so...
Yeah, the Tusken Raider stuff is the prime example of that. That I had no clue this would be in the show, and it's it's remarkable how awesome the Tusken Raider culture is to the show.
Yeah, I mean to like both shows really. But yeah, it's great. It really just feel like it's more so like the like the skin of what but we're doing something more original than we expected.
Exactly, which is what we got with the Bad Batch. I love the Bad
Batch. We were just like, how are they gonna make these like all these action packed like Ninja Turtles into like something we care about? And then they were like, hey, Order 66 is fucked up, and it's gonna divide a family.
And remember in Bad Batch, people were criticizing new characters coming in. Like, remember they criticized Cad Bane coming in. They criticized Fennec coming in. They criticized like the Bib Fortuna cameo. They're like, all these cameos. I'm like, did you watch Mando? Like,
motherfucker, I will.
It's crazy to me. Everyone. Like the cameos came in Bad Batch, and it made sense. Yeah, it made sense in Bad Batch, and it worked for Bad Batch. I don't think it worked in Mando. But anyways, Boba Fett. I love giving these shows a chance because we were always going to watch Boba Fett, but right now, episode 2 for me was like, this is one of the better episodes I've seen in live action Star Wars in a long time, just in a complete package from beginning to end. What this flashbacks mean for Boba Fett, why he's changing. Because we all had questions in Mando season 2, like, why is he acting pretty different than what we've seen in the original trilogy and in the comic books? Like, he was a pretty savage guy. And, like, what took him 5 years to get his armor? What made him change to, like, ruling with respect? And we're starting to see those seeds through these flashbacks and everything. So, overall, very good episode.
It's actually got, like, a actually broke into like a story theory.
Sure, let's do it.
Progression. Nothing that's just like, hey, what if Boba comes in and like kidnaps the child, like not like that. No, it's actually more emotionally driven. I'm like, I really hope it goes this way. When they had like the second flashback with the fucking so they did the scene with the lizard up the nose, and god damn it, I fucking had an aneurysm of a response. I like because I'm pretty sure I've mentioned I have a definite fear of like the lizards and creepy things like that.
I think you did mention that, yeah.
Yeah, and
not frogs.
Like that. I sent you that like
no frogs thing. Too. Frogs even more. But lizards are also like maybe not. And so when I saw this, I was like, I hate it. Like so, I got that reaction. But anyway, when he goes on the this is like the middle of the episode, I know, but like when he goes on that like ancestral plane journey, which was really cool. I really hope we get more of this. Every time Star Wars gets weird like that in the original, I'm always about it.
Right, 100%. Yeah, I love weird Star Wars.
So there was a scene again with a young Boba, the Daniel Logan of it all, from different perspectives, and it looks like he was like in distress seeing Jango take off, and I wonder if they. Like, I would love if they did this, if they dove into like a thing that Boba follows in the footsteps of his dad for like bounty hunting only because he wants to connect with him more because he's always like off on jobs. And so maybe it's not something he wanted to originally do, but he did to get with his dad. And then ever since he lost his dad, that's why he went to like a vengeful like rage and like why he becomes like that like brutal bounty hunter. And then maybe through the path of the Tuskens and like revisiting this stuff, paints his mentality in a new light, which is why in the present day he like denounces being a bounty hunter,
right,
and being more of a respectful person.
That obligation is not there anymore, which is so interesting. And I guess
now again, last time I proposed something very emotional story wise, we did not get this.
Yeah,
but it's there, please.
Yeah, because if anybody has seen the movie Treasure Planet, it reminded me of that when there's a flashback when Jim's looking out to the diner and then his father's walking down the docks and he gets on the ships and leaves, and Jim is like traumatized about that moment. It reminded me of that for Boba Fett. Like he sees his father leave, and like a lot of the comic books too have like recognized like Boba Fett grew up on the Slave One with his father going on missions ever since being a young kid. So that theory makes sense, Nathan. Like
he's idolizing that, and then
he idolizes that. He's chasing after the legacy of his father, which was like the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, and he's good at it. He's really good at being a bounty hunter, one of the best as well. And then that's like his whole mantra, especially after his father dies. But yeah, I think having a near-death experience and then being humbled by these Tuskens really changed his outlook on life and went back to who he really is in the middle.
A quick drop here. Like, so I was looking at the credits, obviously, of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
The cinematographer of this episode,
Bill Pope? No.
is the cinematographer of The Thing, Back to the Future, Apollo 13, Jurassic Park.
Like, wow. What's his name? Her name?
His name is Dean Cundy. He's like over 100 cinematographer credits in his like 30 or 40-year career.
Are they? Yeah.
I had no idea. And then also the director, like
yeah, I didn't catch the director's name. Yeah.
Steph Green, I believe.
Steph Green.
And she,
not Steph.
It says she's directed 2 episodes of The Americans.
Wow!
Of HBO's The Watchmen series.
Something went up in Evan's ranking.
One episode of Billions. I was like,
they're gonna reveal one of the Tuskens is Carrie Russell.
I was like, dang, that's some.
If Carrie Russell comes in this show, she's just fucking already in Tross. Forgot about that. Damn,
like that's some talent behind.
Oh shit!
Why is she in that movie? JJ, F you. Anyways,
hey, we got droids.
Like I had no idea because I guess we just assumed the director was going to be Rodriguez like 50 times, but
what happened? It was a glitch.
Yeah, there was a glitch. But the Americans is one of my favorite shows of all time, like top 5 shows of all time. So it's crazy how one of my favorite Star Wars episodes with this episode is directed by one of my favorite directors in the TV show that I adore. I adore The Americans. If anybody has not seen The Americans on FX, it's on Hulu. I think all the episodes are on Hulu.
I think so.
Or Amazon Prime, one of those.
Is the show like finished?
Yeah, it's on Prime Video.
Yeah, Prime Video. Yeah, all seasons are finished. Finished up like in 2019, I think 2018.
75 episodes. Dang.
75 episodes of The Americans?
Yeah.
I guess there's like 12 episodes. 12 times 6. What's that? I don't know. But
that's how I feel making my my Time Blazer show. I have every episode laid out, and then I'm like, it's only 50 years. Is that enough? I don't know. No, it's enough.
Yeah, great stuff. But I guess we could start there with the whole spiritual stuff. You said that really freaked you out.
No, I said the fucking lizard.
Yeah, the lizard stuff. I mean, he said like, "I'm sorry, I swallowed it," which again, I just love. You can do so much with the guy outside of his mask. Like Tamora Morrison is acting his butt off in this show. It's goofy, it's funny, but he's also being very serious. Like I don't know, there's a lot of teeth. There's a lot of range in Tamora Morrison's character here that we just don't see from Boba Fett. So, which is why, like, again, he wasn't always my favorite character because he's a guy in a mask who's badass, but we don't really see him emote much, and it's hard for me to latch on to him outside of him being a cool guy. But now, outside of the mask, in just 2 episodes, I've really attached myself to Boba Fett in his like spiritual journey in this episode.
Yeah. And it gives me hope for my story idea. I really hope. please.
Yeah. What do you guys think? I guess we can start towards the end here. Like the meaning of the tree. Like, what was that impact? Like,
well, initially, it was phasing like in and out, like in his armor, and then it was phasing in and out of being caught in the Sarlacc. But then it did like flash over to like his youth, which again, if I bring my story parallel, maybe he feels trapped in the ways of being a bounty hunter. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it has to do with like the verbiage of being like trapped. Like he's trapped in his armor, he's trapped in the Sarlacc. Like I think he's trapped by like this, like Nathan is saying, they're trapped by the legacy of his father, and he wants to escape that legacy. I guess. I mean, escape it, but also like kind of like the Last Jedi. You want to move on from the past, but you also want to learn from it. Like it wasn't all bad in the past. His father wasn't ever mean to him. Like wasn't a jerk to him. But he's like also, I guess he wants like to honor it by also moving on from the past in a way.
You have to wonder too, like being raised like that and like literally on that planet of like seeing your dad's face in a way on everybody walking around and like, so he's like everywhere, right? And so I won't be surprised if there's like a flashback eventually on Camino that you kind of just see droves of Jangos, walking around. It's really.
God, I would love a scene.
If we see that, oh my gosh.
Dude, I would love a scene if they also did like a thing where again, like if he like the reason he dove so much into like the armor itself is because like whenever he like looks in his reflection, it's literally his father's face, and he just buries like my face is the helmet. And he just buries himself into the bounty work.
Wow. That's some good shit.
Again, there's a lot of credit I'm trying to give.
I know.
Or I would love to see like a flashback of like him having to kill for the first time, which I think I've always think is fascinating for characters.
Fire! Fire! We'll get there in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I have a horrible memory. I went to the 7 film marathon for Star Wars when Force Awakens came out, and they did trivia. And to win a poster, they were like, chronologically, when does Boba first appear? And I said fucking Empire with confidence, and they were like, no. I'm just there. I missed out on a Force Awakens poster. But you know what? Just to bring a happy ending to the close, my Disney movie rewards of buying fucking tickets because I'm a Disney shill. Nice. I got the Force Awakens poster, so it's all rectified.
Nice.
Full circle.
So that's my trauma arc.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be like in the Star Wars like movie trivia contest, right?
The Schmodown.
Schmodown.
Yeah. Oh no, we lost him.
I don't know why it blinked my mind. I was like, what's it called? But yeah, I mean, I'm giving credit to a lot of Star Wars or a lot of like the meaning behind the show because we got that spiritual thing at the end of the episode. Like he's literally trapped behind a metaphorical tree. He comes back with the stick that he transforms to his future weapon. He's dancing around the fire. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is stuff you don't
really
see in the only other live action TV show in Mando.
And maybe if we get this really emotional payoff, it'll answer Evan's question: why the fuck didn't he go after Cobb Vanth faster?
I think I'm starting to realize that, right? I think he has to find himself. We just talked about it. Like, he's trapped by this legacy of his father. He wants to move on from it, but also honor his father. I think he's also just trying to find himself and who he is now without the mask, without the armor, before he can reclaim the armor, reclaim his past, and move forward. So,
son of a bitch! If we get that before Din, I swear to God.
We get what?
I mean, no, we did get it from Din, but it's just like we spend a lot of like out of mask time with Boba. I feel like there's more screen time with Boba out of the helmet than there is of Din.
100% for Din. All we have to do to like get some depth out of Din is episode 8 of season 2, where it's like, oh, he took it off to help Boba or to help little baby Yoda, Grogu.
Like, motherfucker, go to the bathroom and take it off, please. Like something.
Yeah, it was a great episode, but that's it.
Yeah. Because I think that's another thing this show is doing good is it's demystifying just enough, like, that these people are still people. You know, with Mando, I feel like it's so polished to like those always on moments, if that makes sense. Like, we always just see him like during the mission, doing the thing.
Yeah.
You know, fighting the guy, fighting the Mudhorn, doing the thing. And with this show, we get a little more insight into like, oh man, I'm just gonna sit here and suffer for a second. I'm gonna like, it's so interesting where they choose to pick up with either of these characters. We
get more vulnerability from Boba than Din, which is something I never would have expected, considering like the legacy of these two characters. Now, Boba is like the big cool guy from Empire Strikes Back. Like, I wouldn't expect more vulnerability from him than a new character like Din. That's what's happening. I mean, even for example, like
comics too.
Exactly. Even in episode 2 of season 1 or 2 or 3, when the Bryce Dallas Howard episode, when like he takes off his helmet, episode 4, when he takes off his helmet, like the camera pans away. Like in Boba Fett, the camera's not panning away. We're seeing him without the helmet. I mean, we're seeing that kind of good stuff. It's just they're teasing you in Mandalorian, but they're not.
Motherfuckers right by the windowsill took it off.
It's kind of like the effect of like this is kind of a random comparison, but when we're watching a movie like Gareth Edwards' Godzilla or like Halloween, where we're teased for so long on like The Kill or Godzilla,
42
like
minutes to
they find like a pretty good like balance of that. Mandalorian feels like we're like 1.5 seasons past where that threshold should be, if that makes sense, because we still have so much cumulative screen time.
And again, those two things, iconic franchises, iconic characters, like we already knew who Godzilla looked like, so we didn't really care about the gap, or at least I didn't.
Yeah, that was the 60th year of his existence.
Yeah, and then same thing for Halloween and Godzilla. Like, we knew who these characters are. For Din, it's a brand new character. Let us see something from the guy. But yeah, that's just Mando. But yeah, the Tusken Raider stuff in general, this episode is just really, really cool. So where does it start off with the flashback?
It starts off with the training in the beginning with the gaffy stick.
Okay.
Just trying to get it right. And they lock it down, and then they get ambushed by the train being run by the Pikes of Kessel.
Pikes in live action, right? This
live
is the first time?
Well, no, we saw them masked in Solo.
A
couple of them, but never.
Were they in like? Or were they in the Kessel mines? Were they in there?
Yeah, I mean, also like there's like the one with like the glowing lenses that Kira talks to when they have Han and Chewie in shackles, bring them in.
Okay, yeah.
But
I haven't seen Solo in a minute.
I know. Oh, I mean, that was another thing. I mean, well, I'm gonna talk when I get to the hut scene, but.
Yeah.
Well, we jumped like halfway through the episode. I mean, the present's pretty tame. Should we start with the present?
Yeah, we can do that instead. Let's start with the present. Yeah.
All right. Let's start from the beginning. I know this is Star Wars. We're supposed to start in the middle.
I mean, technically, the beginning is the flashback. Semantics.
Well, no, it does start in like they're bringing the prisoner in to the.
No, I mean like in terms of time. You know.
The Phantom Menace of it all.
Exactly. You got the question wrong again.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He's gonna
want a
start
refund.
seeing Force Awakens posters in his nightmares.
Red and blue.
Kylo Ren is a Sith. Getting questions wrong.
I like walk in the middle of the night. I see the poster on the wall. I turn on the light. It's Aladdin. Oh, but no, we walk into the to Jabba's palace, the entrance. It's always cool to see like the different viewpoints of the architects we're familiar with. So we walk into the doors and we're trying to get answers out of the dude. He doesn't answer. So we throw him into the Rancor pit, and it's so funny to me that I think there are people online angry that there's no Rancor. And
really,
my brain, I think, and then my brain is like, I think I saw a tweet of that like before I hopped on, because someone had tweeted out, there was like, it's so funny that fanboys are angry about like two random ass things, like a fucking like older guy is smiling and the missing dinosaur. I was like, okay. But either way, I'm watching the scene. I'm just like, but there isn't one, right? Like it died. Yeah, I was doing research I was like grabbing thumbnail images today for the podcast, and I saw a headline that was like, "Why the Rancor is gone? Explain." I'm like, motherfucker,
are you serious?
Watch Jedi.
Watch the movie that came out
back to the 1980s.
I don't know. Were they expecting just the corpse, the bones? Like, who cares?
What the hell?
Honestly, I love it, like in favor of like our ideologies that are like, all right, Rancor, here we go. Nothing. Haha. Gotcha. The main story.
Boom. Exactly. Like when he got dropped in there, I'm verbally saying, "There's nothing in there. What's gonna happen?" Like,
I had intrigue of like a new creature, sure, or something.
Yeah, my brother said like maybe there's a new creature. I'm like, no, he's gonna reveal the information before like the gates open. I totally predicted it was gonna happen because psychologically wise, it's like oh shoot, I'm scared of like what could possibly happen.
Those gates are scary. To this day, that noise.
Yeah.
Just the angle of them like watching through like the floor is. Yeah. I always love that too. But yeah, it opens, nothing there. There's a little mouse. It looked like a real just human mouse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a fun little thing. And then they trudge along to the mayor's place with the oh god, I forget the creature's name, but I always love those guys. They like the fucking Four Throats people, and they have the translator on the mayor.
Like Lando's best friend.
Yeah,
what's his name? Crap. Do you know that, Carson? Lando's best friend from Cloud City.
Not Lobot. Not
Lobot. Is that not who you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about like the fucking like the hammerhead look like.
Yeah, I'm terrible with species. Yeah.
Yeah, but by the way,
but anyways, at the major house, we get this stupid actor again who I just takes me out of Star Wars. The ambassador guy,
the Domo.
Like, hey yo, you're not supposed to be here. Like, are you from SNL? What's going on? It takes me right out.
Oh yeah, I want to go to SNL. I like SNL.
I know. I like it.
Why do we do this? What are you? This other thing I care about?
Keenan Thompson watching our podcast like these motherfuckers.
Meanwhile, Peter is just like
Lorne Michaels.
Cancel. We're gonna be on SNL skit. The Hyperspace Losers. No,
they did Billie Eilish was on. They did TikTok one, and one of the people was scrolling. They were talking about like overly hyped about the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. I was like, is that Soups? That's wild. but
we also get like, even the cashier guy is just like, I don't see you on the register. I'm like, why is everybody so out of character?
I didn't like the tone. I would have preferred it just being like build up the like, not like angst, but like the tension of like, all right, someone's about to like fucking like break in. It's Boba.
They're playing for comedy. The cashier and the ambassador guy, it's just like, I don't see you on the list. So
and I know like. And I know there's not like a bunch of like, it's a big galaxy. People can take things different. But like, if I'm like, for example, watching like Lord of the Rings, and they like go up to like the Prancing Pony or something. I feel like Carson's already in the tune. But like the hobbits are checking in because Gandalf told them to get there. If the dude was just like, Oh, hi there. Oh, excuse me. We're still making the rooms. Like, no one's like that. They're just like everyone feels like normally like in this world in a certain way.
Yeah, it feels lived in. This one just those two characters don't feel lived in. But we got introduced to the mayor character, and wow, really cool design, really cool. I mean, we've seen the alien before, but I just like the way he talked, and I like the way like he, just the aura he gave off. It was really cool.
Absolutely, I can definitely tell there's like something underlying with this guy. Something probably something more. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Everything's like getting because there's a lot of like new factors introduced in this episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts. So in the Rancor pit, we get revealed that the guy said, "Oh, I'm a night assassin of the Night Wind." I think he said. I should have wrote it down. But assassin of the Night Wind sounds familiar. And he says, the mayor sent me. They go to the mayor's place. And the mayor's like, I didn't send this guy, but thank you for bringing him in. He's not supposed to be working outside of hut space. And then he gets shot.
Which I thought was a cover.
Me too. But then he puts the blame on the person that you called out last week. The lady guy from the sanctuary. And I'm like, okay.
Who called on me or Carson?
I think you called it.
I think I was just admiring her.
Fair enough. But I think it still doesn't. If the assassin calls out the mayor and not the person from the sanctuary, I think obviously the mayor's involved. But we could both be right in that the mayor and the sanctuary lady are both involved and working with the Hutts. Are they both secretly working with the Hutts?
There's something tricky afoot.
That's a power vacuum right there.
Right?
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, hey.
I think they're scared of losing power. It's like what happens to everything. Whenever a new position of power changes, the rich people are like, I don't want to lose my hold on these people. I want to stay rich. So I'm going to go with the easy bet, which is the Hutts over Boba Fett. Boba Fett wants to change things up. That might be scary for them. So I think they want to work with the Hutts. And then that's when we get the Hutt. And she was like sweating bullets. So I think both of them are working in conjunction with each other to work with the Hutts to oust Boba.
And it so it got interesting because you just heard like the thumping outside, the marching of the drums. Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, what the fuck? But then the
guitars.
Robert, that you? But yeah, then they come through and it's like fucking 2 Hutts, and I'm like 12 people ain't enough. Ain't enough people.
Were you guys surprised by the Hutts? Because I thought, now I got spoiled by War of the Bounty Hunters that Darth Vader killed a lot of the Hutts after in that arc.
I didn't get that far in that arc either.
Star Wars Explained told me that, so I'm like,
I
okay,
read comics. No.
I'm like, Alex, thank you. Like, I'm still on issue 1 of War of the Bounty Hunters. But either way, I thought Hutts were dead. I thought a lot of them died, but apparently, like the Hutt Council got slaughtered, but there's still Hutts from now Hutts.
Right. So
I can believe that. I feel like in the same sense of like, because there was an episode when one of the episodes wasn't it like Maul like attacked the Hutt Council.
Yes.
In Clone Wars.
In Clone Wars, he didn't kill them, but like he was like, work for me, right?
That was when he like right when he came back right into the series.
Exactly, it's him and Savage.
There's like a hologram of Jabba
and the Mando
stuff like that.
But
so yeah, I can imagine that's not all of them.
So I think like the leaders got killed, but then these 2 people, the twins, apparently are probably like, okay, there's a power vacuum. Let's swoop in, even though we're not part of the Hutt Council, and then that's why they're just using their name.
Apparently they're cousins of Jabba.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was I guess spoiled. But I didn't think it was again. I thought it was concept art for something else. I didn't think it was a part of the show. So I saw him come out. I was like, what? What I was really surprised. I brought this up at the beginning of the show. Every time I've pitched the idea of a solo sequel, I always imagine like, well, we'll do the Jabba job. Haha. But I never was sure like how Lucasfilm was going to approach bringing a Hutt to life in live action again. My hopes was always a puppet like they did with Jabba because it looks so good. These were not puppets. This is clearly CG, but it did look really well done. I think good enough.
I thought it looked good enough
for TV, I guess.
It wasn't like a New Hope special edition Jabba.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm so accepting. I think that's why I'm so accepting because I was like, I have been through the ringer on this one.
Where Han Solo like glitches above Jabba,
Solo,
which is funny because like,
which is funny
because when we do get to yeah, when we do get our commentary for Phantom Menace that has Jabba in it as CG, I think he actually looks pretty great.
It looks good. Yeah,
I think also better than this. So I'm like, how 99? Like, why did we stop? Like,
what do we say? 99 had a lot of great special effects from the Mummy, the Matrix, and the Phantom Menace. So.
But like even more to pride on them, that was like in like the purest of daylight CG. Like,
yeah.
So anyway, it's just it's interesting. So now my brain's just racing again. Like, can we make Solo 2? Can we do it? But also, yeah, we also have a Wookiee that I've seen images of from the comics. I have not read the arcs. Can you break this down?
Yes. I was shocked. He came around the corner. I'm like, are you kidding me? And again, this is great fan service because it's not like, hey, this is the new Wookiee. He's a star of the show now. Back to our pilot. No. If you didn't know,
it's more of a Cobb Vanth thing again.
It's more of a Cobb Vanth thing again. This name is named Black Christensen, and he is an incredible bounty hunter. He was introduced in Darth Vader issue number. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what issue number it was, but he was in
Star Wars number 87
in the 2015, 2016 Darth Vader series written by I think Greg Wiseman. But the 2015-2016 run, he was introduced in the Dr. Aphra arc, where he hires Dr. Aphra to help Luke Skywalker, of course, after A New Hope. Black Christensen's part of that. He also worked with Boba Fett, because Boba Fett also, we talked about it earlier, also was on the hunt for Luke Skywalker. He succeeded. But Black Christensen had a fight with example, he had a fight with Chewie and Han. But mostly he's known for the Dr. Aphra series now. He was in a lot of the issues of the Dr. Aphra 2016 to 2019 run. And then he's currently in the new Dr. Aphra comic as well. Like, he is a Dr. Aphra character, which is crazy. I mean, yeah. Do we get a Dr. Aphra coming in soon?
Do you want that?
I would love that. I mean, she's like 30. She's Luke's age in the original trilogy, so she would be pretty young here post Return of the Jedi as well, like 35, 38. But either way, yeah, she betrays him a lot. He betrays her a lot. They're partners for most of the time. He's just a great character. He's like a darker version of Chewie, of course. And
you don't say.
He's super badass. Like, you saw him on the live action. Like, he's ripped. Like, this guy is dangerous. Boba Fett right now is not winning a fight against Black Christensen. You're not. So I just love that character so much. It's
I was honestly really surprised how like extremely accurately translated he was. I was like, wow, like to a T.
Dude, crazy. And
Evan got me on the Aphra comics, right? And then so I've read quite a bit of like the first, when he's first there. And yeah, it's such a cool character. It's total contrast. It's so weird to see it in live action, but it's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
This is the guy. Yeah, which is really cool. I didn't expect Jon Favreau or whoever thought of it to include him in the show.
Yeah.
And I saw the Dr. Aphra author currently, Alyssa Wong. She tweeted it out and she's like, wow, like even she was surprised, which is amazing. I'm just like, oh, it's so cool. Just like seeing not her creation, but just her character that she's written for a couple months now be in the show.
I'd cry. Cool. I'd cry.
I'm like, it's just so amazing. And again, Dr. Aphra is one of the best stories, one of the best characters. She's definitely my top 10 Star Wars characters now, just easily. I love her so much. And I really hope she's in live action now. I'm like, anything's possible. We got Cobb Vanth. Anything's possible if Cobb Vanth is in live action.
My brain's also thinking separate. I'm just like, can Cobb Vanth come back? He's around Tatooine.
I would love for that to happen. I mean, Dr. Aphra could fit perfectly in a Solo sequel. She could fit perfectly in she could fit in a Kira show. We could talk about that later. She could fit anywhere. Like I would. She's like in throughout the original trilogy, and there's a lot of TV shows already in this era. So man, possibilities. But anyways, yeah, he seems to be working with the Hutts. He goes where the money goes, and I guess the Hutts have a lot of power and money. How is Boba Fett going to get out of this situation? Like, there's a lot of people on the Hutt side that coming from like that old money kind of people. Boba Fett's more that newish power. But as we see in the flashbacks, like Boba Fett was able to fight back against the Pike Syndicate with a bunch of Tusken Raiders who didn't know how to use a bike. So, like, I think he's prepared now to fight against a new power because he's done this before, and like in the flashback. So. It's gonna be interesting.
Well, that was another interesting thing. Is like I wonder, like, will also the Pikes be in the middle of this conflict as well?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Boba Fett battle of the Five Armies.
I feel like the Pikes would. The Pikes would. Oh God! Flashback.
Which was like 3 armies and a bear transforming.
But the Pikes, I think, would want. I think they would want the Hutts back. I think, or maybe neither of them. I don't know, but I don't know. It's just gonna be. I can see the Pikes coming back into the modern day storyline. I feel like by Boba sparing them in the flashbacks, it might haunt him in the present. You never know, but we'll see. I also think the Tuskens are going to come back in the present
because I think about like Solo era, then I think about like that Fallout, and then like the resurfacing of Kira in War of the Bounty Hunters, right? And like, then I think of even further in the future now with this, and it's like crazy of like, you know, it goes in circles of like, okay, who has power, who's in charge, but yeah, it could be an all-out blitz. I mean, this show could eventually turn into that in the present for sure.
Yeah,
you just don't know what the angle is on it totally yet. But like we said earlier, there's a ton of moving pieces in this episode. You kind of get that feeling in your stomach. You're like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna get back to this. I don't understand totally yet, but I feel like by episode 4, probably will become clearer.
Yeah, we have 5 more episodes to go, and I think we're going to see a lot more crime syndicates in the show. It's going to be very fun. We have the Hutts now. We have the Pikes. We could see, like, if War of the Bounty Hunters, I don't know how that ends, but, like, Kira's group can come in. Yeah, because it's part of a trilogy. So War of the Bounty Hunters, and there's Crimson Reign, and then there's Hidden Empire, I think. Charles Soule's working on that.
6 issues each. I can't remember what it was.
Probably. I think Charles Soule came out yesterday or a couple days ago saying like the third part of Kira's trilogy in the comics is going to run from like the summer to the end of the year.
Okay.
So yeah, but I think we're going to see a lot of more crime syndicates. I don't know how Boba's going to get out of this because he has Fennec with him. But the other two, like the mayor and the woman from the sanctuary, I don't know if they're really going to back him against the Hutts. So who is he going to have to back his claim? He has nobody right now. So we'll see how he asserts his dominance there. But yeah, I'm excited about what's going to happen in the present day storyline.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and then the flashbacks in general, I just loved him training the Tusken Raiders. Oh, we go to Tashi Station in the flashback.
Places of all.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think someone on Twitter, I think I had this spoiled too, pointed out that the specifically the girl, I think, is the girl from the deleted scene of A New Hope and in the Last Jedi novelization.
I was explaining that to my brother because we always have subtitles on. I was like, who is that? And then subtitles said, Cammy says, hey, calm down.
Oh, it says that.
Yeah, it says Cammy. Wow. And I'm like, no way, because I automatically went to Last Jedi, but I know most people went to the New Hope.
The actual physical face.
I know. I heard Cammy. I was like, Jason Fry, Last Jedi novelization prologue.
That's got to be like the deepest cut. That again, only if you're on subtitle mode are you gonna catch. That is wow. It's cool though.
So yeah, that is Cammy from the Last Jedi prologue. And for those who didn't read the prologue, it's like Luke thinking back, like if he didn't go with Obi-Wan Kenobi, he was going to be married to Cammy. It's just a different life. It was an awesome prologue considering his journey in The Last Jedi.
Man, ain't that fucked up that like Luke's just like fucking, I don't know, training Grogu right now, and then like his old Tatooine friends are just stuck. They're just here. Motherfucker, you got rebellion pull, man. Come on.
I know. That's effed up. Yeah. But yeah, they're still at Tashi Station, picking up some power converters. I don't know.
Drinking them converters.
Drinking them converters.
A biker gang here.
The stupid guy was like, "I'm so sick of this." I'm like, "Shut your mouth! You will die. You're on Tatooine."
We will get out of this in a second.
Exactly. I just walk away or something, and people would kill me in those like TV shows. Like, I'm gonna stand up to the guy. Okay, then die because he's about to die. If it wasn't for Boba Fett. But I also liked how Boba earlier said, like, "Give me weapon. I'll come back and bring those bikes back to you guys." He comes in there just wreck shop. I loved it. Yeah, he hardly like moved a muscle. Those guys went killing.
Took a drink, left right away.
Exactly. I like the shot is him coming back with the toad speeders. It's like a boss.
Yeah, it was funny because like initially like he was like, "I'm gonna go stop the train. Just give me a stick and a rifle. I'll be back by morning." And then he goes on this thing, and I'm just like, "Those weren't the train people. We solved nothing." And he's like to take down the train. And I'm like, right. Oops.
Yeah. I was the same way. I'm
All
like,
right,
wait,
Boba.
is he gonna take down the train now? He's coming back empty-handed, I guess, but he came back with some speeders, and I love to see him training people too. That was funny.
Yeah, and also the whole time when they do raid the train, I'm like, does the speeder have no blasters? It probably does. It's probably just a riding model, but
yeah.
I mean, the whole training
thing, the brake forward. This is how you drive. It was just hilarious.
I felt so bad for the guy that kept falling.
Yeah,
but
then
then
hilarious.
But also the mission itself, like, dude, a lot of people died on our side.
Yeah, we lost a couple good people. Those people are really good snipers. The Pikes, this sniping from across the dune. The Tuskens are already hiding behind dunes. Like,
You already know what I'm about to go with this. It brings me back to our infamous Lego Star Wars mission. We're just trying to pod race, man. And those people
you get the cutscene, they're gearing up. Like, oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Like, oh, fuck, my studs.
Dude, and then you're like on your like fifth try, and you're like, if I get hit by another,
yeah,
I'm going to throw my controller.
Bro, try playing the because once you beat the whole episode, you like of the movie, then you get like the timed section. Like, can you beat in under an hour? And it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
that's stressful too.
You're dodging it. You're on one heart left. You're like, come on. You feel like you're just from the movie or something.
And so because like obviously you have to like you're literally in the race to beat it. And every time they start you like every time they start you like to respawn, you're slowed and you're like, fuck, I gotta hit the arrows, but the blaster's in the way. I don't have free play on this mode. Damn it.
Man,
it'd be funny if we could do a stream sometime where we could do like replaying iconic moments from XYZ Star Wars game, and we would be on there, and like one of us would be going, and then we'd like, I don't know, I feel like we could set it up.
Everyone signs up PlayStation now.
Yeah, I'm about to say I need to download. I can just buy the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. I think I have it. I had it for the Wii. No,
I did for Wii.
I either had it for the Wii or the PS3. I forget which one. I think I might have
the PS3 one, but I
might have got the Clone Wars one for the Wii, and then the Complete Saga for the PS3.
I never got to play the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars one was fun. I liked it. You get to play
I remember
and stuff.
I remember I borrowed the first Lego Star Wars prequels from this kid I rode the bus with after elementary school, and then the second one I rented from Blockbuster.
Wow.
And then I eventually, like when I had a Wii, I had the complete saga. You play the pairing with the fucking Wiimote and nunchuck.
Yep. Yeah. Kick some brick with 1 through 6.
Yes.
Those commercials
fucking transported me. Whoa.
We should do an episode just watching old Star Wars commercials.
I'm so down.
We're coming up with like a lot of good ideas right now. We need to write this down.
Yeah, I need to keep everything together. But yeah, I could definitely clip some Lego Star Wars moments together because I love those games. I haven't played them in a long time.
There's a droid attack on the Wookiees.
Or dude, like watching all the Star Wars trailers, like movie trailers, would be funny. Like,
oh
dude, that'd be a blast. I will gather.
The Phantom Menace trailer that like didn't the Phantom Menace trailer? It dropped on exclusively on a website, and you had to like go on it,
download it.
Then it went to movie theaters, but the only way you could watch it outside of movie theaters was on like this website.
Wasn't the movie playing? It was like that Brad Pitt movie. I forget what it was called.
Wasn't it Cinderella Man?
No,
No?
It's in the Phantom Menace documentary.
it was like
people buying tickets just to a separate movie just to watch it and then leave.
Yeah, I've seen that movie before I recognized like its significance to Phantom Menace trailer. My dad was like, "You should watch this. You're a Brad Pitt fan." After I watched Seven, I was like, "Okay, cool."
I remember Collider discussing of like especially attached to the IMAX of Battle of the Five Armies, the Force Awakens teaser.
Man, that would have been.
Let's go.
Wait, really? Was that 2014? Like
the trailer. Teaser? Yeah, the teaser was like a year in advance.
Right. I remember November 2014 or whatever.
God, dude. And honestly, I feel like we have to watch like all the main trailers of like the Disney Star Wars era because they're all so good.
That teaser is so hype.
The teaser's great. The official trailer really just like gets that feels.
Who are you? Oh my god!
The final trailer with the fucking Finn and Kylo going at it.
My god. And then John Boyega like flipped off his couch.
Yeah, Daisy's like in a B&B.
I mean, when you see Kylo do the twirl, I'm like, oh my god! That was incredible.
Dude, it's so good. And then meanwhile, 27, we're bum, 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 bum.
Also, too. Trailer.
I'll never forget watching that Last Jedi trailer. I was at the library at work, and I'm just like screaming on the desk. I'm just like, oh my gosh! And people in the main lobby turn around. I'm like, it's the Last Jedi.
And then
trailer.
the worst was tickets went on sale right then and there, and I was like,
yeah.
For the second trailer, tickets went on sale, and I made a priority. I was like, I can't do the video yet. I gotta get these, and I got them for the IMAX double feature, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, which had
I didn't do that.
Which had a special introduction from Rian Johnson. And he showcased like a BTS of like working with John Williams on the movie, and it was cool.
I didn't do that.
Oh, it's so good. God, and to see the Force Awakens in IMAX again like 2 years later, I was like. Because I went there, I'm such a fucking sticker with IMAX. I was like, will it really be the IMAX cut? Will they have the expanded Falcon sequence on Jakku? And they fucking did. And I was like, it's real! We're here, baby! Oh, man. God, so good.
Good times.
Let's pull the trailers now! No.
Get copyrighted.
Worth it.
Was that it for Boba Fett?
I mean, mostly, yeah.
Like, I got like total Fast and the Furious vibes, by the way. Just them taking on the train.
What movie was that they actually did the train? Was it Fast? Was it Fast 5?
5, the beginning of 5, I think. Right?
Is it?
I think so because they're already like.
You're right. Yeah, it is definitely the beginning of 5 because they jump off the bridge and everything.
Water, right?
Yeah, and they should have died. Water's concrete.
That was the biggest drop of
because like that's when they go on the run. They like they re-meet with a dude from the first movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We just commented. Look at
us. We watched 9 movies, guys. Yeah, jeez.
It's amazing. Like we commentary all those movies, and then I think about them like. Which movie was that? Like, how does my brain like, not differentiate?
Because it's the same. The first 4 are like the same movie.
Because we watch them back to back.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's funny, but then like we can distinct like, yeah, that's the first one. Yeah, that's Tokyo Drift. Yeah, that was 7.
Tokyo.
Oh, the submarine one.
Oh, by the way, over break they kept playing Hobbs and Shaw. I'm like, why do they keep playing this movie? Like it was like 2 a.m. They're playing Hobbs and Shaw. I'm like, why?
On what, like TNT or like?
I don't know. It was like Cinemax or something. I don't know. They kept playing Hobbs and Shaw.
It's easiest to get the rights to right now.
Probably that, and then they turned on Fast 8. I'm like, I don't like this one.
I liked it enough.
It's all right.
It was him protecting his mystery child. Like F off.
Yeah, and then there's.
Like, I like it for the character
hold up, like,
stuff.
We were like cringing because he holds up like the cross.
Yeah.
And, like leaves it with the baby. I'm like,
why? Oh man.
Hey man,
Dom betrayed us.
And then I think the tracker was in that or some stupid shit. Like
yeah.
F8 is really the point where it was really the beginning of Vin deciding like, hey, like I can put some art in this. Because when we watched F9, we were like, this motherfucker's really like
he's trying.
Like, and I appreciate it.
I can't wait to commentary that.
I'm about to say we have to do commentary on F9 now
because the scene
there's so many pickups to do.
Concrete and then like He's underwater.
We have so many pickups with F9, Godzilla vs Kong, fucking No Way Home.
We have to. But yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, also, did you guys get flashbacks to Solo when they're on top of the train? It looks like the same in that sequence where they're like the two, I don't know what they're called, the two doors on top of the train. They're like shooting back and forth.
I love that shot of Woody Harrelson when he opens the door, but he's on the opposite side, so he has to spin around to get protected by the flap of the door, and the camera, it like spins around. But I think what they did like a hidden cut when it spins around, and I can't remember how it works, but it was like super cool because then he's getting shot at, and then he like.
It was really cool. Yeah, they spinning around. He's just like, pew, 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 pew. Yeah, love that sequence. Fun sequence. And I got flashbacks to that during the thing. And I think what was powering the ship reminded me of like that special thing they were after in Solo.
Coaxium.
Like Coaxium, exactly. I was like, is that Coaxium? But I don't know.
My brain's slowly reawakening to Star Wars knowledge.
Right? It's like.
Yeah.
In a deep and now we're getting all excited about like trailers and stuff, and it was like, man, once this first commentary hits, we're gonna be like,
I'm back. I'm literally I'm Toby jumping off the fucking roof, Spider-Man 2. I'm back. My back. They're gonna flop the finale and be like, my back.
Oh no! Please don't.
It's so because I also saw a headline before we went live. Is Tamora Morrison had an interview and he was
that was
not
fun.
the not one. No, not that one.
Oh, not the video.
But apparently he was like, there's actually like so many secrets that nobody knows about for this season. I'm really excited for everybody to see episode 7. I was like,
oh no,
are we?
Well, we also heard like the fucking rumor of who to be coming.
Like Dan?
No. Do you not know?
What?
I saw a rumor that Dave Filoni was writing episodes, whatever, and then people.
Who did you hear is coming in the show?
Han.
I think that's fake, right?
I don't know anymore.
How would he appear?
No way you get Harrison Ford.
How would he appear? And it wouldn't be Harrison Ford, right?
Well, apparently it is Harrison Ford, and there's rumor that he shot something for Lucasfilm.
He probably did for Lucasfilm, not for this show.
Look, man, the amount of times where we've been like, "There's no way," and then some shit happens.
But
not with Harrison
very
Ford.
Very true. But I'm just like,
look, man, money. Like,
would he appear in the Flash?
You'd have to burn an entire episode's budget just to get him back. Like,
why would he be on Tatooine to say hi to Boba Fett? Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't. It's funny, like, because I don't know how they make it work. But then, like, in our group chat, Noah's like, it makes perfect sense. I'm like, what?
And then it doesn't make sense.
Someone was like, "Isn't he raising his kid right now?" And then someone was like,
yeah.
You'd assume he did raise his kid. I was like, "Well,
I remember this chat vividly."
To his kid, and I was like, "What?"
I don't.
I remember Christian coming in and was like, "He should have a beard by this point, right?" And I was like, "Hey, I'm here for it."
Beard Han?
Yeah, like from Battlefront 2.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I don't even know where the timing would line up.
So it's just 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Yeah, he's right. Ben is 5 years old, or 4, and then
I mean I can understand.
I don't know.
I can understand them thinking to not get Alden since he played a younger Harrison, and now at this point it's just older Harrison. I don't know. It's all tricky.
They would have to DH the hell out of him.
Oh, absolutely, they would. But which just makes me think, fucking, they did Mark Hamill on the fucking set, so I don't.
That's very true.
What would be weird is that they just did the rotoscope thing of the face on like the young actor, and it actually is Alden, and everyone would just be like, "Why didn't you just?"
Right. I mean, again, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt if Han's in. I just don't want to like Han corridor scene. Please don't.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking standoff, and who's gonna shoot first? Don't do it.
It's gonna be the Matt Murdock No Way Home shot where you just see the cane, except it's gonna be drawn out Talons 1,000.
Oh God!
Oh, the blaster, the DL4.
He's like, I'm a good shooter. I'm a good lawyer.
See, now I like Matt Murdock.
Yeah, but I'm saying that shot doesn't draw attention to itself.
Yeah,
it's like I know, like if this show up, it's gonna be this whole.
I mean, if Han's in the show as much as Matt Murdock was in No Way Home, I wouldn't mind that. You're in it for 2 seconds.
2-minute scene.
2 minutes.
I just don't know what story purpose it would be.
Like, what?
Exactly. There's no story purpose.
I like there's nothing.
Drove me around with carbonite. Well, now we know that he like got stolen first of all in War of the Bounty Hunters. Han's carbonite.
Was it gonna be like? Was it gonna be like? Fuck it, you took me away from my friends, and I knocked you into Sarlacc. Fucking like, even? I don't know.
Like I don't think Boba would have anything against Han. I don't think Han will have anything against Boba. So
yeah,
it's weird.
Now watch them do a weird thing where like it's like Boba is like assessing Han, and then a young fucking Ben walks out, and I'm gonna be like, motherfucker, they got me.
If that happens, they got me too. Yeah, fuck
yeah, it's the one way.
Yeah, fuck it. And then blue butterflies coming out. That'd be amazing.
If they dare tease me like that, and
because remember fucking Galaxy of Adventures when I'm breaking it down.
Lost our minds.
It was like rolling. What was that?
It was like rolling adventures. Balls, yeah.
Oh yeah, the roll. Yeah, no, it was there, and then wait, what the fuck? Where did we see blue butterflies again? Was it? Oh, it was in fucking Mando. They did it in Mando when Grogu was there.
Yeah, on the rock.
And I was like,
and it started in the Rise of Kylo Ren comic book. There's also blue butterflies there as well.
Yeah, and there's some for Anakin in the comic too.
Yeah, it's all about like, oh, come on, you're teasing the rebirth.
They backdoor pilot up Ben Solo.
Through Boba Fett.
Finn Wolfhard to start.
Oh god, no, he's too old now.
Yeah,
motherfucker's like 6'3". He's so tall.
Who was the other guy? Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. The two brooding like white people with black hair.
They are...
Slender white people.
Yeah, slender white
jawlines.
Can't find those anywhere.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, I mean, I was like joking about it in chat, but like I got Dune vibes a lot in this episode. I was just like comparing like the Tuscans with the Fremen and like the desert planet being like their lands, and like we literally brought up spice that flowed in the wind. It's like, this is Dune.
Yeah, like these are your sands. This is your planet. You know the place. Yeah, really. The Fremen.
They have ancestral claim to it, and I was like,
power, baby.
This is the Fremen.
Yeah. This is a backdoor pilot for the Dune sequel.
I was like, I was watching the ceremony. I was like, is this what's gonna happen with Paul? The fire ceremony.
Paul's gonna be dancing around the fire. Is that what happened to Carson?
I could make such a funny joke right now. I can't, but like,
damn it.
Nice. But I think that's it. We spent over an hour talking about an episode that was 53 minutes. Just how we do it.
How do we do it?
How do we do it? If it was just me and Nathan here, it would have been 2 hours.
I know. It's literally just like, all right, fucking the mayor's sketchy. Oh, there's huts. Fucking train heist, fire, cool. And then lizard trip. That's it. But then we fill it up.
We
have news, right? I can't remember, man.
There's no news, but there is news. So, but since we're on live action, I want to get the rumor out of the way.
You sent only like 4 bullet points, and I was like, "That's wow."
That's what happens when we do Hyperspace.
It's because we went live last week.
Yeah, but it hasn't been a month like we usually have.
We talked about like that unnamed show or whatever. That animated show.
That Trial of the Jedi. That was last week. Yeah.
I think we had hopes it would be animated or something.
Yeah, it's hopes. Yeah.
And maybe something High Republic-esque.
Yeah. But the rumor for this week, from the hashtag show, I don't know if that's legit at all. But again, there's another rumor that there's a Kira live action TV show.
I feel like did we discuss something like this before?
We always have, and I think it's starting to sprinkle in there as much as, I don't want to say as much as, but like I'm getting comparisons to the Obi-Wan Kenobi thing where it's just so many rumors about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it eventually happened. I think I'm starting to lean towards they might actually pull through with a Kira show. And I used to go against it a little bit because of the whole, she's getting a trilogy of comic book arcs spanning like over a year now. I'm like, if she's so prevalent in the comic books, are they really going to do her on a live action TV show now? I don't really know. But then she signed on for Marvel's Secret Invasion. So I'm like, fuck it. She's in the Disney family doing Disney TV on Disney Plus. Like, it's not hard to
there.
Yeah, it's not hard to walk across the studio, go put on your Kira costume, which is awesome as hell, and then play Kira again for us. And like, come on. Because like last year, I don't know, 2 years ago, there was a Kira and Maul rumor. Then there was just like the Crimson Dawn rumor. Now we're just getting a Kira rumor. Like it's all circling around the character of Kira. So
yeah,
I think there has to be discussions at Lucasfilm eventually.
If not live action, it would make a great animated series somewhere.
Oh, it would make a phenomenal animated series. Just the power, again, I hate saying it, but the power vacuum happening in what's the Maul group called? Is it Black Sun? I don't think so.
Crimson Dawn or
Crimson Dawn.
Oh, duh. Yeah, it's called Crimson Dawn. Crimson Dawn, like her going back with Maul. What's going on there? You get that Sam Witwer voice Maul again. That'd be amazing. And just like their relationship and how Maul ends up on Malastare.
Right. I mean, you could do the scope of the Syndicate thing way more justice in the animation.
Oh yeah, we feature a lot more aliens, something like that.
Characters and flesh out their worlds, where I feel like
flashbacks with Paul Bettany.
You could still do it in live action. I just feel like it would take you either go for it or you don't. Like you have to. I think it would be a big show. Like it would had to be a big show.
Yeah, I remember we saw like Paul Bettany's character. I think wasn't he in? He was in the Clone Wars season 7, like in a hologram.
Right?
Yeah,
they have the.
My whole brain process was like it deepened even more when Kanan shows up in the beginning of Bad Batch. I'm like, they reused the model. Maybe they'll do it later.
Yeah, like they have the model for Paul Bettany's character, so
meanwhile,
it's
my
possible.
dumbass is like, who is this Jedi?
Yeah, I don't know why that happened.
Meanwhile, in like the graveyard of my ideas for Lucasfilm, like we're just looking like, and this is where I put Cal Kestis in the Order 66 sequence for the Clone Wars.
You were gunning so hard, it was hilarious.
I was like, hey, Kate, and I didn't really get any of them. But then later, it was just like, hey, the door's open.
As if we didn't have enough trauma of like crawling through the freaking vents, dude. Like watching like the people come through and
yeah.
Oh,
let me add that to the list too. Like showing some clips on our channel from Fallen Order.
Speaking of Fallen Order, did I see a thing that?
Oh,
they
yes.
Reveal.
I didn't put this in the show notes.
First gameplay reveal or first teaser was going to be revealed in 2022 or something.
Yeah, they said by the end of the year, or I think they said like prior to E3,
which is pre-summer, right? So it'd be
pre-summer, which again is Star Wars Celebration.
So totally makes sense because it's going to be a 2023 game, right? Didn't they always? It was going to be like 4 years from the original.
That never been confirmed, but people most likely thought like it would take about 4 years. I mean, the Uncharted games came out every other year. I don't know why Fallen Order can't do that, but
look, man, take their time.
How complex is Naughty Dog's game design? I don't know.
More complex than EA's. I'll say that.
You're right there. Not to that point.
They just got to fix the map.
The Uncharted's like way less dense than The Last of Us.
True. Yeah. The map of the Incarnation shitty.
Do you remember being on what was it?
Fucking Dathomir.
Dathomir's
map.
Where do I go?
You would pull up.
It's like 5 levels and is so cluttered in the hologram.
And there'd be like a cliff, and you'd be like.
It would be so nice if they could just like expand the map and separate the levels and let me look at different angles.
Yeah, it was shitty.
You couldn't rotate it all. You pulled it up.
Like... Oh yeah, you could like hook to a certain way, and that was it.
Yeah,
I was
like, is this an in-universe thing where everybody in universe hates maps and or something? Like I don't know. It was.
And I remember like in the middle of that mission, or maybe it was a mission when you come back for like the second time, you had to fight like this creature. I can't remember. It was like this. I don't know if it was a big spider,
like a big bird creature in Dathomir.
It was the big bird creature, and for whatever reason, the path to get to it, there was like this cliff to like. You'd always accidentally fall down, and it would kind of like then you had to start the whole loop over because you couldn't get
you're stuck
back
down there.
To the place.
You couldn't get that spot, yeah.
And so you have to go all the way back and then down, and then oh man,
it was stupid.
Let me just say, as someone who prides himself playing on easy mode for the story. Shit is not clear of how to traverse these damn like vines and shit of these different angles because sometimes they're just not accessible and you try so hard.
Do you remember when I was stuck on it was a different planet, but it was like It was when you had to push those buttons and those walls would
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were in the tomb.
And I couldn't figure out that I had to. Was it like slow it down?
Like pause it, slow it,
slow it, jump onto the thing. I could not figure it out.
It took me so long to do that. I remember going through like all my force powers. Like I can't be missing something, right? So I went through all my force powers. I was like, wait, I can slow things down. And it clicked for me. Yeah,
it didn't click at all for me. And I'm trying to jump the other way, like, and I'm missing the jump because it obviously doesn't let you like get to the thing to go backwards around the circle. And I'm just like. This is a glitch. This is I can't
now.
Get through.
Now back to Uncharted for a second. I've completed.
So funny every time.
I have completed 2 Uncharted games, and each game everything's running smooth, and then they're like, "Hey, break out your journal. We got a puzzle for you." Fuck you! It ain't clear. I'm looking up a tutorial after 20 minutes.
There's this one Uncharted 3 puzzle with like a globe.
No!
And it took me so long.
Uncharted 3, I swear to God.
Evan, do you know what I'm talking about? That globe, you like spin it to like make like the light like.
I did that on my recent one. I was playing Brutal Mode. I did that in like 2 minutes because I played it so many times.
And
but
so you just know,
I just know it now. I'm like, I remember the spot that I had to get to, and I'm like, when I first got that, dude, it was a wrap. It was like an hour long.
Yeah.
It was like, do you want a hint? Fuck, I don't want a hint.
And then the hint would be like, maybe over there. Where?
Try the journal.
try opening it.
Oh my God! But like, goddamn, like the first one, honestly, in theory, is easy enough because it's just like point to the 4 statues. All right, cool. Once you memorize, cool. But then the second game was like, line up the right logo on the pillar for like 6 of them.
I think Uncharted 1 has the easiest puzzles, but there's one in Uncharted 1 that is still to this day for me. I'm like, I have to look up the tutorial.
Which
one
is it?
Where he's in the library, the statue one in the library, where it's like northeast, southwest. I'm like, okay, it's broken. It makes no sense.
Isn't it dark?
No, it doesn't make sense because in the journal they're like, it points this way, and I point it that way, and it doesn't.
It doesn't work.
You lied.
I was sitting online. I went to the comments. I'm like, it's been like 10 years now or 20 years now. Is there anybody in the comments that gets it? And all the comments are like, this puzzle makes no sense. It still makes no sense. I'm like. It's been 20 years, Johnny Dog. Nobody understands this first puzzle from the first game.
Bro, imagine.
Can you
imagine if that came out in the era that. Bro, imagine it. I know, bro, imagine if that came out like pre-internet and like you don't have the tutorial. You're just fuck. You just have to like by luck, fuck it around.
Someone
enough.
Like flies out to like the developer studio and like, how do I do it?
I remember the pre-YouTube days. I would have to go online gamefags.com, gameforums.com. It's like FAQs and all that stuff. I'm like, oh man, yeah, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
And it was so funny because when I'm playing the first Uncharted, I didn't know when the Uncharted games came out, so my brain was thinking like I'm playing a remastered version of a game from like the era of early 2000s, and I was like, okay, I can understand why. But knowing that didn't it come out on PS3?
Yeah, 2008, the first one.
No excuse.
12 years ago.
No excuse for this.
But yeah, there's no excuse. Yeah, those puzzles. But Uncharted 2 had like a little bit easier puzzles, I think. But Uncharted 3 had some that rough one. Uncharted 3.
There's some hard ones.
It's bad. It's bad because the thing just does not help you. Uncharted 4 like tones it down, but yeah.
Is there another one in 4?
Yeah, there's tons of hard ones in 4 and Lost
Legacy.
Legacy.
I can tell you that.
Yeah, but man, Uncharted games, the best.
I also have to play like the Lost missions or
Lost Legacy.
I still need to play
Lost Legacy.
Great game.
I do have it. I just need it.
They're coming out with the what's it called? PS5 edition, which I'm going to buy, even though I played the other PS4 ones 20,000 times. I'm a shill for Naughty Dog. I'm gonna buy whatever they put out.
I need to finish the Uncharted games before the movie so that our movie review is 5 hours.
So you can get every canon detail.
Oh gosh.
Which, hey, by the way, why don't we also do I know we're on Star Wars right now. We need to get back on track, but hey, let's review the Uncharted games since I finished. That sounds fun.
That'd be so fun. I honestly replay them.
I literally just replayed them last fall, or last winter.
Evan's like, if I start every game on grounded mode, Nathan will finish by the time I do.
Yeah. Playing on brutal mode was so much fun, even though I died constantly. Like 2 bullets would just kill me, maybe even 1. But
is it true there's a setting on one of the Last of Us games, Brutality, that's like if you die, you go to the beginning of the game?
Yeah, that was an update last summer where it's called permadeath. So if you die, you go to the beginning of the game, or he gets added to the beginning of the chapter, or the beginning of the game chapter, or I think the day, because Last of Us 2 has days. Nathan,
that's so scary, man. I would lose my soul. What if you were like, all right, here's the fucking battle with Abby in the water, and then you just get shanked.
Have you guys played it? Because somebody on Twitch was playing Ellie versus Abby in the theater, and he died, and he froze. He was like, I felt so bad for him. I was like, oh no. And he had to restart the game.
Can you playthroughs where they do like Nuzlocke, and so if your Pokemon dies, you can't revive it, and you just put it in your PC, and it's like if you lose your starter, you just have to put it in your PC.
My brother used to watch those all the time, those Nuzlocks. Yeah, those are fun.
Can you do a thing where like you can go to a point in Last of Us and then change the difficulty back?
Oh yeah, you can always change the difficulty. Yeah, you're not locked into it. You would You would lose the trophy for it if you change anything.
Oh, I see. Are you allowed to don't they have the option to like choose the levels once you complete the game?
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. Pick my favorite parts of The Last of Us 2 and then just played them on infinite ammo.
I need Evan to get me out of this like 4-story like enemy bunker.
For Abby?
No, in Last of Us 1.
Last of Us 1.
That's right.
I don't know, it's like we crashed the car and then we're out.
Oh, you're in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia, and
are you in that one where like?
Oh, you're in the bookstore.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
you're in the bookstore, I think, with the enemies on each level.
Yep.
I know. I was thinking that easily. Yeah.
I was thinking of the part with like the water and the ladder.
Yeah, I need your PSN because I think we can play share.
Yeah,
or whatever.
We'll play share.
Oh yeah, do that. Stream it.
I'll stream it. Yeah, I'll clip it at least.
Give me the invite.
Can I clip people's play share? I never tried doing that. But,
that's a good question. Oh, we got
what happened?
Look, man, we'll just leave it.
I was like, Ben, what did you do? But yeah, back to Star Wars.
Yeah.
The biggest Star Wars news is the High Republic stuff. And long story short, Phase 2 is 150 years before. Spit take. 150 years before Phase 1.
You mean
what the
150?
Fuck?
What? You mean You mean
yes, Carson?
Hold on. You mean this? Hold on. You mean to tell me 150 years to Impact?
Wait, I just saw. Yes. I retweeted like the Star Wars show or the High Republic show, and I'm like,
I watched
new authors, cool. Like,
it was a problematic.
At the very end of the stream, Christina's like, "How can you guys tease Phase 2?" And they both do like 150 years before Phase 2.
How can they do that?
And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like that's wild.
So are we latching on to all new characters and even going?
I guess so. I think they're gonna pull a George Lucas, right? Where it went original, prequel, sequel.
Whoa.
They could do that.
350 BBY.
And Star Wars Explained was talking about it. There's a lot of teases, like in Rising Storm and Light of the Jedi, about what happened 150 years ago.
You know what? I just got it. Because they're like so it's on the ship with Reith, Comac, Vernestra, and Emery, and they're talking about like, oh, how should the Jedi intervene? And then Vernestra's like, are you just saying that because the last time this happened at the Dalna or something, or the where a bunch of Jedi got wiped out or something? Last time something really, really bad happened, which I don't know how far.
That's definitely a thing as well. And then in Light of the Jedi, they talked about like when the Jedi first encountered the Togrutas. They're like the Togruta species. It was initially very hostile, and that happened 150 years ago. It's not till later that the Togrutas became, like they had good relations,
like
and
somewhat, yeah.
And remember, one of the Togrutas is a Jedi. I think it was what's the name? Not Emery's. Whose master was it that died in Light of the Jedi on the ship?
It's the Reith's old master, Jor Mali was.
Jor Mali was a Togruta. And that's when they talked about it, because the Togrutas were initially not very kind to the Jedi, but then they got good relations and joined the Jedi Council.
They show up to the Republic Fair in Valo, right?
Exactly.
Ambassador lady.
The ambassador. Oh, you're right. Yeah, the ambassador lady showed up.
Get that whole storyline.
So we get that whole storyline, but also Carson, remember the whole Drengir origin story with the Sith apparently locking the Drengir on that station? That could have happened 150 years
right.
ago.
So we could be going
Holy
back to
shit.
a place. We could be going back to a place where there's more prevalent Sith.
Sith. Wouldn't that be crazy? And then the backstory. Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a parallel universe because I you guys are talking about Star Wars and I'm like, oh, Star Wars, and then you bring up these terms and I'm like, what's that? The event of who? The what now?
There's so many great like history, and even maybe going back to like Count Dooku's book, Lost. What was it called?
Jedi Lost.
Jedi Lost. I'm about to say Lost Jedi. Jedi Lost. There might be some hints there too, as well. Like what happened 150 years ago. Then
right,
it's like
that's the farthest back pre-Phantom Menace we have, right? With in terms of
like Count Dooku's origin, yeah. And then like so we can get Sith stuff. We don't even know Markion's past. That comic book comes out next week, I think.
Yeah, and that's Charles Soule, right?
Yeah, I think that's next week. Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah, the latest article on the High Republic site is the preview for Markion Row 1 or whatever.
I didn't see that yet. Oh, I gotta look that up. But yeah, Markion Row. So we can get history on Row's family and his past in the Eye, along with the Sith stuff, along with what the Jedi were doing. Oh, and Charles Soule announced he's doing not a manga, but a comic book or some kind of book. He didn't really reveal what kind of medium it is about Porter Engle.
Puerto Rican is cool.
Get out of town,
dude. Wait, what about Porter Engle?
Porter Engle, he's making a whole. I'm assuming it's a comic book about Porter Engle. He says they're going to dive into his past, why he became the butcher of blah blah blah.
Dude, I just realized that.
I'm sorry, my brain is like.
Okay, so I'm on. They did a wrap up. They did
in the Heights parody.
10 things we learned from the Star Wars High Republic Anniversary Special. So Phase 2, Quests of the Jedi, begins October 2022. Then it talks about the 150-year thing. Then it shows.
By the way,
authors.
The comic books are stopping next month in February, so they're going on break from March to October, which sucks. But yeah.
Oh.
No comic books from March to October. High Republic. Maybe that's why they're shoving so many like novels this summer, like the Luke.
Kevin Scott will be writing again another Marvel comic series. What is he saying? Who is this character? Oh, that's Porter Engle.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's Porter Engle's past, like what he used to be.
Holy shit! Charles Soule will be exploring a hero's origin story. That will reveal how the Jedi. So it's like you just said about. Porter Engle. Daniel Jose Older is moving to Dark Horse Comics.
Whoa, really?
So that
I forgot Dark Horse was back.
Can you post that link in the chat, by the way?
Oh, let me just share the screen.
Or wow, share the screen. That works.
Look at us.
Oh, look at us. Who would have thought? Oh, what I love is for the hot ones. They did that again with Tom Holland. They're like, who would have thought? He's like, who would have thought? Fuck me.
That was hilarious.
This is the first announced title from the return of Dark Horse Comics.
Wow. Okay, we're writing all 80 original graphic novel. Hopefully, this is like an actual graphic novel, not like the Ty York one.
Right. That was.
What was that one?
Series. It was like a mini series.
It was supposed to be a graphic novel, but they turned it into a comic book mini series.
Yeah.
Okay, you can get hints to Phase 2 of Star Wars High Republic Mission to Disaster, which is Ireland's third wave, which is delayed to March, which sucks. But when his stuff will include some key connection to Phase 2 storytelling. That's exciting. Wow.
Will co-rate. Oh, so she's doing her next book is this.
So she's doing a YA novel again.
Yeah.
So her last one YA is the one that you're reading, Out of the Shadows. And she's going back to doing YA.
Claudia, oh my God, is staying silent as Geo. What's next for her?
Why do they always? I tweeted that out. I'm like, why is Claudia's stuff so silent? But so Phase 2 is looking like the YA novel is just in Ireland. We don't know who's doing the adult novel, and we don't know who's doing the middle grade. But it could be any of the new authors. It could be Kevin Scott again. I hope it's Kevin.
I hope Charles is busy with the.
Charles is doing so much with comic books. He's still doing the mainline Star Wars comic books.
I want another novel from him, actually. I
Me
think
too.
It'd be really cool.
Charles is phenomenal.
Do another adult novel.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I also want Claudia to do
that. Man,
you're still on Minutes to Disaster.
Evan, this is like I had no idea.
That's 7 chapters.
Because all these phase announcements, I'm like, oh yeah, like it's just we're gonna continue.
Yeah.
And, like I was not ready for any of this. Like, whoa.
So phase 2 is the era of exploration and invention. 1, I think, is fascinating. 2, I'm not going anywhere.
They're totally gonna do a George Lucas thing here.
Right, they have to.
Originals, like they're gonna tell.
Sequels.
Yeah, and then conclude it. And it's gonna be insane. And Palpatine's born. Palpatine's birth is the finale.
That would be dark.
Oh fuck! Really? Fuck.
I mean, the fact that phase 2, because I remember I thought the plan was okay. They're gonna keep it doing consistent. Like March is gonna be the end of phase 1, and then phase 2 is gonna start over the summer. But phase 2 was all the way in October now. That means.
So are we looking to 2024 through phase 3?
2024 to possibly 2025. Yeah, into phase 3. So it could be 2024, 2025, one of those.
If they can pull,
but yeah, I mean, at least for me, that's more content in the High Republic. It's gonna be the best era ever. I mean, because this whole first phase, I can't sing the praises.
It's gonna be so cool for like people that grow up on High Republic being like their first Star Wars thing. I know we said that way back when, but like, it's so interesting because it's gonna be so spanning, unlike anything really has been.
Imagine, I'm imagining a kid like at a Scholastic book fair, and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna read this High Republic thing, and they're like, they fall in love with it, and they're like, I'm gonna check out this Star Wars thing, and then they watch current Star Wars, and they're like, nothing like it. This is
But High Republic's with us for the long haul now. In between now and 2024 or 2025, we're going to be getting possibly the Quantum Dream game. Hopefully not Quantum Dream anymore. But we have the video game with High Republic. We could get some TV shows.
I still think we're getting an animated series at some point.
I hope so.
I don't see them getting through this entire era and not touching any other medium besides literary stuff.
And even just saying 2024, like when it might end, I don't want it to end. Like I love this initiative. It's such a genius initiative. Like I want it to keep on going.
I still think there'll be people like filling it. I mean, it will be so spanning and set that there'll just be stuff that happens you're right. You're right. It's like there's gonna be like an Anakin novel about blah blah blah. I think there's gonna be stuff to be like, all right, we're gonna do another Vernestra novel.
Here's a Vernestra novel.
Set between this and this. Like,
phase 1 and phase 2.
A mainstay of timeline.
You're right. You're totally right. Yeah, you just uplifted my feelings because I'm like, yeah, I love these High Republic characters. It's such a fascinating, interesting story and era. And for me, as a history buff, a history teacher, I just like the idea of exploration and the darkness of the Nile and everything. Like I just finished listening. Oh, it's my first podcast after listening to Tempest Runner by Kevin Scott. And that one was phenomenal. Like the audio productions on these audio dramas are incredible, and I had a great time listening.
You know what?
To
I'm gonna try to fit that in. Is it only like 6 hours or something?
It's only 6 hours. I finished it so quickly.
Okay, I'm gonna fit that in before I read Fallen Star.
Because it's it's really good.
How do we put the High Republic into Evan's lesson plans? Is the question.
That's a great point. Am I gonna have the kids read some Star Wars? No, they're gonna hate me forever if I do that. But
write a report on Martian Row.
It was funny. I was reading speaking of the Tempest Runner, Martian Row. Asgar Row says, "My son, Martian." And I'm like, I say Markion. Is it Martian? Yeah. Markion?
Twi'lek?
We had this whole debate when the book was first coming out, and then we were reviewing the book, and you're like, "No, dude, I listened to Charles Soule's interview. He said it like that."
Charles says Markion, but then other people say Martian. I'm like, if his father says Martian, I assume it's Martian.
And this makes me mad because this is the whole Dune thing. When in the movie they say Siege, and I'm like, ew, Siege sounds so much better.
Siege. What's the Siege?
Where the Fremen live. They're
underground
caverns where they live. We're gonna get into that in the next.
Yeah, Siege sounds more like Fremen like than Siege.
Siege.
Yeah. Ew.
You dare question the Frenchman that directed?
I did a double take. I'm like, this man's had like a Dune tattoo on him since he's like 14, and I'm like, oh, he doesn't know how to pronounce.
Bilingual as hell. This bilingual man. you question.
Yeah. The book was a Bible to him, so yeah. We'll see. But yeah, High Republic is just phenomenal. I can't sing the praises enough.
You got so many. I mean, like, there's just gonna keep. You got time. Like, there's just stuff coming.
Yeah.
There's no pressure to like fully catch up right now because like there's just gonna be a spanning era. So you can get into
Star Wars Explained. Help me.
Somebody was on Twitter just like last week or a couple days ago saying like, why should I get into the High Republic? I'm just the diverse amount of characters, the character relationships for me are just.
We also
they feel so
more
human.
representation for like
hell yes,
especially reading
Rising Storm, dude. Elzar Mann just
Well, and also like just reading Justina's like how she's writing Syl right now and Out of the Shadows.
So good,
so good. Just in terms of like I was like, wow, like we needed this perspective like as soon as possible, like in Star Wars, and I totally is like just so relevant to everything happening. I'm just like wow. And there's so much like that.
I agree.
Every comic, everything is like that is like so fresh.
Yeah. Syl is a great character. Her relationship with her girlfriend in that book is just like perfect.
I really touched the surface on
perfect. Yeah. You're right, Carson. I want that in all my Star Wars, and we're getting it in the High Republic, which makes it even more worthwhile. That was kind of it. Before we end. So E3 just got turned fully digital, and that's coming out in June. What are you guys' current thoughts as of right now on Star Wars Celebration in April or in May? Which is a week before E3, I think.
I swear to God. It's I don't know. See, it's still so far away. But not, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
they're canceling so many future events.
So, like, I feel like the Omicron peak is going to be over by then. But who knows what's over the horizon on that? Like, nobody can just, like, I hope this is kind of the last big peak. And then I'm hoping eventually it's going to become, like, I think what's the word? Endemic? Where, like it's mutated so much that it kind of becomes manageable, and then we kind of just like would get a shot every year, like the flu shot. I don't know. I'm not an expert on any of this, but I think that's what people are saying in terms of like this last big spike. I hope. I'm crossing my fingers that like.
I agree. Were we supposed to have Celebration in 2020? It feels so long ago. I feel like so long ago now.
Yeah, it was supposed to just be like a year after the previous event.
I remember driving home from Celebration. I was literally on the highway when I got the notification that, Celebration's next year. I was like, holy crap. And then fast forward to 2022 now, and it's like, it might get delayed. I was like, that would suck.
We haven't screamed from the top of our lungs in 3 years.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm not going to buy my plane tickets yet. It's a weird C game.
Yeah, exactly. So would you guys prefer it to be like digital? Because I'm drawing comparisons to we just saw what happened with DC fandom. Exactly, Nathan. Right. DC fandom, which I think went very well both times. For the most part.
It's funny because I feel like they kind of already have that encapsulated in the Star Wars show.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the only difference is instead of them like reporting live and like live stage panels, it's just we're back with Zoom calls. It's like
Yeah. Well, the Star Wars show's been done for a while now, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, and then like they do like a monthly show now, right?
Yeah. It's called This Week in Star Wars, right? They just it's more of a news roundup. It's not even like it's not as like exploratory as the Star Wars show was.
It's not Andy and
yeah.
I miss Andy.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about
Anthony's been given like Marvel takes. I'm like, what world am I in?
Yeah.
I guess it didn't even like cross my radar yet. Like, but it's already January. Like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're almost done with the first week in January in 2022. These days, as I grow older, I'm like, how these days just go by faster and faster. It's killing me.
The grave is near.
Jesus Christ. But I wouldn't be opposed to digital, but I miss you guys. I want to see this thing.
Yeah, dude.
I want to go in person.
The experience. half of it is just being there and like speculating what everything's gonna be in person.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, it's so
like,
funny. It's so funny when I had the thought process of like, I'm gonna investigate this fucking spooky hotel that's supposed to be haunted, and then we get home and I'm like, I'm crashing now. I'm so tired.
Like I miss just like waking up at the crack of dawn and eating like the shittiest hot dog I've ever tasted in my entire life. And
I was
being
surprised. I was like,
"Clone
I
Wars
dig
Season
this.
7."
Yeah. The surprisingly free one, and then we pulled a lottery for Phantom Menace.
And my flight just being delayed. I'm just like, guess I'm
Fuck.
here.
Fuck it, day 5. Oh my god.
And then the iconic publishing panel. What was it called? Project Luminous.
Dude,
Oh,
that's so funny to look back on. All the way to 2019, we were talking about High Republic or what the origins of it were.
I think it started like Project Luminous started in 2018 or something like that.
So it's
My
already
ass.
4 years and 3.5 years into this.
Man, cut to my ass sitting in a fucking dark room where Return of the Jedi is playing with like 5 other people, and I'm like dozing off.
Yeah.
JJ's on stage, Daisy, John, like fuck, gotta go. And I finally get back, and it's like, oh well, at least hi, Naomi Ackie and Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
Thank God.
We got played so hard.
Man,
I was like, they're gonna reveal something. Nothing. Oh man.
And then, man, I just remember how happy Nathan was. I gave him my Lego exclusive like bat or pass or whatever, and we're up like getting on the kind of like ha ha ha. I was like,
I got the Vader bust.
The Vader.
I built
yeah.
it. I took it out of the box. I'm sorry. I built it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like,
Meanwhile,
you
they're
barely
selling.
scratch the surface of everything that's there. Like even in
Yeah.
4 or 5 days.
It's so much fun. And it's gonna be in LA. I haven't been to LA since I think I went in 2017, I think, or 2018 for Anime Expo in LA, and that was fun.
Sweet.
Never been to LA.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
My biggest travel trip was Chicago. Like honestly.
Oh.
I mean, I went to the Orlando celebration, but that was like a drive down.
Dude, and hell, we're gonna get to go to Galaxy's Edge probably at night, one of the days for
Yeah.
like, the night festival thing.
Shit. I need this thing, man.
I mean, we've been our entire podcast basically was on the premise of building up to the next celebration.
Was it?
I mean, it was the Phil. I mean,
and Mando.
okay, like we can't. It's not going to be next year, and we can't really plan the trip yet. Let's
talk about it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Or we can talk about on our what do we used to talk about on Skype or Google Meets,
Google Hangouts.
Hangouts. Yeah. Maybe they'll show an episode of Kenobi at the celebration. Can we watch Mando season 2 live there?
I mean, we're just gonna be booing Mando season 2.
It's gonna be crazy. Like if we get through this wave of COVID and it settles and we can kind of traveling is more open and all that, like, and then the panels start getting announced, and then I'm gonna start being like, oh, you know what? This time I'm not making like an exclusive schedule. That's what messed us up. Like we're sticking to the Google Doc. No, don't.
No,
do
yeah,
that.
fuck it.
No.
Yeah, go with the flow.
After day 1, we're like, fuck the Google Doc.
Yeah. Because the lottery system threw everything out the window.
Oh yeah.
You didn't really know what's gonna happen.
Meet and greets got tricky.
Yeah, meet and greets got tricky. Those are expensive. I might actually do one these days.
I wonder, like, if the sequel cast, if any of them are going to be there. That's so interesting.
Adam's not.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would imagine like if Daisy was there,
Venom,
huge, like
Venom star Riz Ahmed canceled.
Oh gosh.
It was literally just like I think like a thing of his scheduling, but
and you can remember, no, it was because the stupid
he got profiled at the airport.
Yeah, exactly. The Donald Trump.
Oh
thing.
fuck, that's
he couldn't come in. Yeah,
oh, that's horrible.
The racist shit. Yeah.
I think Tamora. We were also set to meet Tamora, but that also got canceled.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, if the sequel cast, like Daisy was there, I think she was sellout. I think Daisy and John.
Yeah.
Oscar.
It would be
I remember
insane than Hayden and all that.
What was the insane price they charged for Felicity Jones when she was there?
I don't remember.
It was like $300. I think it was like at least above 200. I guarantee.
Wow. I love Felicity Jones, but
how much did we pay for Hayden overall? I mean, we split it up, but it was like
I think he may have been like 150 max, maybe 175. But
yeah, and he was
per
like,
person 175.
No,
I mean maybe he was 200. I mean, but not per person. Split up. That's tricky. I paid my debts through the MCU on Voodoo, so I got overshadowed by 4Ks, and they're like, I have more stakes. Fuck. Anyway, that's separate.
We could post a new blog to your channel. A new reaction
breaking my silence.
Oh man, a new reaction video.
Special edition. Special edition vlogs. God, I would have eventually put out the final couple days, but my fucking computer got wiped. I lost everything.
Tragic. But what's gonna be Celebration without going to a movie trailer? Like, what movies can they announce? The movie thing is such in turmoil right now.
We say that, but then isn't there a movie? People keep saying there's a movie about to shoot.
There's a movie supposed to be shooting. We don't even know if there's a movie next year. God, I miss Star Wars in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in terms of like fan hype, I think the Mando panel has showed that like we can get hype there because like they got not just a teaser, but they gave us like a full like clip,
dude. And I think
like a long clip.
This next movie at Celebration, you got to bring somebody out. Like
you have to.
This thing is.
Patty Jenkins comes back out. I'm back.
Like,
oh, yeah.
I remember the announcement of Alden's casting at Celebration, and the whole world was like, "We know."
Yeah, I know.
Right. It was like a week before, and then he comes out and he's like, introducing our Han Solo. Like, we know.
We know. Yikes. Yeah.
Man.
That's a scoop game for you. But they always say like there's like so many unannounced things that they're working on, so you never really know.
Are we? God, is it? In 2023, it will be Return of the Jedi's.
Wow, you're right.
40th anniversary.
Yeah.
And it sucks because we would have had
Empire's
40th.
And
we were so pumped.
That was 2020.
Empire. Yeah, we're like, dude, they're going to have a big 40th anniversary Empire panel.
How's it been 2 years since 2020, guys? Jesus Christ. Getting old, partner.
Wait.
Oh
my God.
Like, I just remember watching.
My brain just did math. I just realized it's 2022. Hang on.
What's happening? Nate!
It's the 40th anniversary this year of E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's right.
Will I get my theater re-release that they do every 5 years?
I would go.
They did it like 4 times during COVID. I saw E.T. was in theaters. For like
really? Well, because my last time I went was like I went to a Fathom events in 2017 for the 35th. Okay. And goddamn it, that was great. I think I tagged Mark Riley in a tweet because we both are obsessed.
Oh, Mark, great.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I get to see the Jangler on the big screen.
The Jangler? What are you talking about?
The Key guy.
Oh, fucking stop it. Keys is a good guy.
He just kidnaps kids. It's fine.
He never did that.
Are we gonna get an acolyte panel? Oh my God.
Oh, Leslie Headland, let's go. You know, if they cancel that show, Star Wars is gonna be ruined. After that. But yeah,
they're gonna start shooting.
Do acolyte.
The Lando show?
Oh yeah, Lando show is still a thing. That's supposed to be next year as well, possibly. Man,
Tom Glover's here. Let's go.
But yeah, Leslie Headland's come out with her main actresses.
I'm pumped for that.
100%.
If that's like September,
we could get exclusive Bad Batch episodes. I would lose my mind.
That's true, because it's animation. I bet we get the first 2 episodes. Of
they did that for Rebel season 4. I remember. Oh man, those first 2 episodes.
They did that for Resistance season 2.
Yeah. Oh, that was so much fun. That stole the celebration for me. I love those 2 episodes.
Meanwhile, I remember it being so funny when they were like they showed like 3 different clips from Clone Wars season 7, and they were like, "All right, here's the Ahsoka reunion. It's not finished yet," and then it was finished in the trailer. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like they showed us the trailer right after, and it was fine. Like, what?
Yeah. Because they only had to finish that 4 seconds of it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know. It's funny to see. It's the same thing when we were like, wow, I can't believe they made like this cool model in the fucking like garage for Mando, and then it's in the trailer. We're like, it's a model, but it's cool.
It's like a reverse effect. Of like,
people applauded for that moment. Oh man,
so much to look forward to, and I God, I just hope it happens at this point.
What's funny is like I think 2019 Celebration wrecked me because it was 5 days. So now that it's only 4 days, this one I'm like, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, and it's also good because Monday is Memorial Day. So some people have that off from work.
My last day is Thursday.
Evan's like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me. And I'm leaving my last day. I'm like, I'm not gonna be here. I'm sick my last day. So yeah.
God, I hope Celebration happens purely so
so I can get out.
Vindication.
Yeah. Freedom. Harry on top of the hippogriff, like
flying into Anaheim.
I use that example every time I describe the first time I rode a bike by myself. Because I had to me at 10 years old teaching myself because I had trust issues from people letting go of the bike.
Oh gosh.
Like, I had to literally teach myself.
It's tragic.
For real. Now look at me. I have no recreation.
Now you don't ride bikes,
don't you? Or do you sell your bike?
I have a bike, but like, is my breath compatible?
I mean, in right now, New Jersey weather, probably not even.
Man, I haven't rode a bike in ages.
When I was in Florida weather, and I remember I tried riding a bike to the theater, and I was like, "Wow, what a mistake!" At a point, there's no more sidewalk, and it's scary. I'm on the road. There's cars going by. Yeah,
what a mistake.
Which was so funny because like when I'm riding back home, a lot of it's downhill, so it's like a 30-minute ride, but it's like an hour because I'm going uphill the whole time. Like,
oh no! Yeah, better in your head.
People have those like electric assisted bikes now where you can just like cruise uphill and then you turn off the electric and you can just pedal.
I need it.
It makes the pedaling easier, or it like charges up the battery as you pedal without the electric.
Dude,
I gotta look
that'd
that up.
Good. I got a bike because I was like, I'll save money on Uber. No.
You're dead inside.
I'm dead inside. My legs are broken and my day is ruined. I pedal all the way to the theater and it's like, all right, let's clean some auditoriums.
I'm just like sweating, cleaning out popcorn.
Oh no.
So bad.
But yeah, that's Star Wars in 2022.
Our 60th episode.
I guess Evan, you forgot before we wrap it up. What is everyone's considering all the projects that are coming out this year? We just discussed High Republic. What is everyone's most anticipated as of now?
Well,
coming out in the calendar year of 2022.
You go first, Nathan.
Okay, what's coming out?
Kenobi is coming out.
I don't mean to. I really everything is so wonky. I don't remember release dates anymore. I really don't. Can you blame me?
Kenobi's coming out. Bad Batch season 2 is coming out.
Okay, Andor,
Cassian
right?
Andor is coming out. Mando season
2, maybe. Yeah.
And I'm missing one thing.
That's it for TV shows. There's also like
Boba is coming out technically this year. So.
We can include like the Lego Star Wars game comes out this year too.
Lego
guys.
Star Wars game.
Oh yeah.
We have the 3 non-High Republic novels, like the Anakin Obi-Wan novel.
2 Obi-Wan novels, an Anakin and Obi-Wan novel.
Yeah, and then there's the.
Oh gosh,
the
Tross book. Yeah, might skip that one, but yeah. And then Phase 2 comes out this year for High Republic. Man.
All right. Well,
big year.
For me, I am gonna say Kenobi, just for like how deeply tied Revenge of the Sith was to my replayability as a child. Like the biggest thing. Like a funny story. The first time I've ever directed anything was Revenge of the Sith on the playground in first grade.
Film. Let's go.
I literally did, man. It was like me and a couple friends. I'm like, I'm Anakin, you're Obi-Wan, you're Padme. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
let's do this.
The amount of time my friends and I used to do like the whole. It's like
it's more like, okay, I'm Anakin and I'm Grievous and I'm fucked because you had to just double up. You only had so many people.
How many times did you do put her down, Anakin?
Okay. One take, everything's gold. We don't have enough time. We got 30 minutes after lunch.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, I was just like, I just have it like so burned in my brain. It was like my first Star Wars film in theaters. And just iconic, just seeing Ewan as Obi-Wan is just so well done, and I always found when I grew up with Hayden as Anakin, I was never a child who's like, oh, it's bad acting. Like, shut the fuck up, man. It's fun. It's Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I just have them like so synonymous with my like stuff that like, and it's like it's so funny. Like every time we talk about Star Wars, we're like, we don't want it to be like an over crammy fan service thing. But like this show, I'm like, I don't care because I'm just like I have it so deeply tied. I just like whatever they're gonna give me, I'm gonna love.
Yeah, that's a great pick, Nathan. For me, it's always been between Obi-Wan and Cassian for this year. Cassian has 12 episodes, and
I think Cassian's gonna deliver like the most, like art wise. But
yeah,
I'm really excited too because they shot it like it was almost like it was almost like it was an episode 9 or something. You know, like it was like they built all those sets, they did all that. Whereas I feel like
it wasn't volume.
It was in between that transition period where they nailed down the volume with Mando and realized that they could use it moving forward with all the shows. But Cassian was like already in production at that point.
Yeah.
And so that excites me because I think it's going to be a lot more grounded in stuff.
The tone of it all, like as soon as somebody said like, oh yeah, the guy working on The Americans is working on it. Granted, he's not working on it now, but he used to. But does Tony Gilroy's work in the past? The tone, the drama of it all.
They could have a lot of good directors coming to
exactly. Yeah.
Steph Green.
And then there's so many like surprises they could have in store for us. Like it just feels like it's not going to be as like cameo and fan service heavy as like other shows. Right. But granted, Obi-Wan Kenobi for me, it's hitting all the right notes. The only thing that's ever bugged me about Obi-Wan Kenobi was the whole rematch of the century bullcrap. Right. But if that's done well, then this show can just be a masterpiece because it's everything I ever wanted.
Nails it visually. I hope Obi-Wan. Presumably, we're getting Obi-Wan before Cassian now, so I hope Obi-Wan sets the bar. Like this show is different because it's a miniseries, and we're gonna look completely different because of. So I hope that this is the show that differentiates between the house style that we kind of have with Mando and Book of Boba Fett right now. Not that 100%. It's a bad thing.
It's just that we've seen it before.
We've seen it before, and I hope going forward that these new character shows find ways to even differentiate themselves even more.
And build upon their characters. Like, we're on episode 2 of Boba Fett, and I'm already, like, astonished by how character-driven this seems to be heading. Just getting a character-driven Obi-Wan show, like, it has to be character-driven. It has to be fueled on his, like, internal mindset, like, what he's going through. And, like, that is what I live for in Star Wars.
The potential, the Force visions.
The Force vision, the flashbacks with him and maybe Ahsoka in the past. Like,
Qui-Gon.
Like, you never know. Like, I'm stoked. But yeah, for me, it's Cassian Andor and Phase 2 of the High Republic. Those two things for me are just boom, boom. Can't wait to see. And then just Dr. Aphra comics in general this year. Love those comics. So, yeah.
Dang. I think I'm also going to go Cassian for the show. Just the big project of the year I'm looking forward to. For all the reasons you just mentioned, and also I just love Diego Luna. I think he gives such a good performance as the character.
The terminal star Diego Luna.
You guys have to watch Narcos Mexico. He plays such a great character in that show. He's cruel, brutal, but very smart. I love Diego Luna.
You guys remember hearing reports that Diego Luna was gonna play in the remake of the the Scarface remake?
Yeah,
whatever. And then
that would have been fun.
Luca Guadagnino is gonna direct it. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was weird. And that got thrown in the trash can. Yeah, tragic.
But yeah, Cassian is the big project I'm looking forward to. And then High Republic, of course, Wave 2. And then to round out my top 3, I might say, I would say Kenobi. Just for all the reasons you guys mentioned, and also I'm just so curious what they do with Hayden on screen because we've had all these iterations of Vader and digging in the mindset and the comics, and of course Lords of the Sith is kind of a super cool look into all of that. And I wonder how they're going to play off of each other in live action, going back and forth, not just being in the same scene, but going through like the same emotions and different things connected to each other. I'm so curious how it plays out.
Are they going to be dual protagonists? Like Batwoman or not Batwoman, Batman and Catwoman seem to be in the Batman movie. Like, are we getting dual protagonists between Anakin and Obi-Wan? I would love
if
that.
you really think about it, it could be the closure for Anakin, in Obi-Wan's head a little bit. That could be, simultaneously Anakin losing himself into Vader. I mean, I know it obviously throughout Vader's whole thing is like he still gets moments of Anakin, but like,
it makes me wonder, because I'm just suddenly thinking where Obi-Wan ends up by like A New Hope, or the original trilogy at all. It's like, God, what if we get a heartbreaking ending where Obi-Wan just has to accept Anakin's gone, and
he has to, right?
Yeah.
Because remember in Rebels, he thinks the chosen one now is Luke instead of Anakin. He changed.
Yeah, and more machine than man.
Yeah.
How heartbreaking is that?
Speaking of closure, this could also be the last time we see Hayden and Ewan as these characters, possibly.
Well, we also have that report that Hayden's in Ahsoka.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Never mind, scratch that.
But rug pulled under.
But Obi-Wan, this could be. Yeah. We've always kind of, with the miniseries format, we've always kind of speculated that it could be the swan song kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. That'd be emotional.
Yeah,
he's in Ahsoka too.
And I think Deborah Chow is so talented. I can't wait to see what she does with this.
Yeah.
And we got Sun Kang in the show.
Sun Kang. The guy from Straight Outta Compton. I forget his name now.
Yes, he's a really good actor.
He's really
Cube's
good.
son?
Yeah.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.?
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice pull, Nathan. From Godzilla fame.
Oh, yeah, Godzilla King of the Monsters.
I knew. The Godzilla credits.
Nathan has the Godzilla credits memorized. But
Via Farmiga, Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Also, quick shout out to, I know we're favorites of it, Bad Batch Season 2. Because Season 1 was just so much fun. I have no idea what Season 2 is.
When that trailer drops, I'm going to be like, y'all
let's
get
go
on this show.
Commentaries, let's go. Do it for Lito.
Actually, Nathan, when Bad Batch Season 2 trailer comes out, we should all like watch it together or something.
Oh, that'd be lit.
We'll put together a compilation like montage of our initial reaction from the show we did. That will fade over the reaction to us being like, yes, Crosshair, let's go.
Omega Crosshair.
Just put the Seinfeld music in.
Yeah. and then put the. We could even do like a Curb Your Enthusiasm title drop.
That's what I mean.
Cuts to us. Yeah, that'd be so funny.
I need to watch more Curb Your Enthusiasm. I need to watch some more.
Season 11 just finished this year, and I gotta say, it hasn't lost its step. It's 11 seasons.
That's crazy. How old is?
Let me tell you. Walking through New York City in Times Square, and then just seeing Larry David's giant ass fucking head as the.
Yeah, it's the best comedy show of all time. Can't be beat. Screw you, The Office.
Damn, I like The Office. Hold on.
Not fair.
It's commentary of The Office.
No.
Get past that first season.
Maybe that's why.
That's what they say.
First season is rough because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They found their footing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, that was 2 hours. I don't know how we did that, but
somebody stop us.
We had 3 bullet points in just 2 hours.
You know what? I think it's for the better. Like sometimes with like, sometimes like my cup of tea, we'll be talking about like the same like.
Yeah. We have to rapid fire a lot of things.
Yeah, we're like talking about 7 topics at once, and I feel like in these kind of shows, we're just like, yeah, man, reminiscing about 2019 when we Star Wars.
And goddamn, Evan, I know you're gonna send a lot of bullet points tomorrow, but it's the fact like we have to wrap up 2. I know, and I'm sorry, but like just thinking about how we have to wrap up 2 episodes of Hawkeye. Do we really want to talk about the Matrix, and we want to do our
that's an hour and a half I could go.
I know, and we want to like talk like what did we like the most this year? What are our top films?
I still have the Doctor Strange 2 trailer thing too.
Oh my god!
Fuck! God damn it! Do we need to make like a show adjacent? Do we need to like do like episodes 62 part 1?
We can wait for our most anticipated stuff.
Yeah,
that's a big discussion. Bigger discussion.
So maybe we wait on our best of 2021 and most anticipated.
Oh, we didn't do best of 2021 either.
So that could be a whole episode.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. We could do that the week after, and then we have commentaries coming up. So fun podcast life content, baby. Like and subscribe.
And then we got commentaries coming up as well. Man,
ring the bell.
When are we doing the commentaries, Carson? When are you?
Next week, I'm good, man.
Whenever Carson's free.
Next week, I'm back to work. And
what's next week? Sunday?
I don't know. I start work on.
Let's not do. Oh, we can do Sunday actually because I'm free. Yeah.
It's up to Carson.
Oh wait, no. Let's not do Sunday. We can't. So Sunday is like.
Oh, Attack on Titan, Euphoria.
Attack on Titan, Euphoria.
Oh,
Sunday.
I do want to watch Euphoria. Fuck.
Yeah. So Euphoria's at 9. Attack on Titan.
Am I gonna review Euphoria on T?
There's like 3 shows, like Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, and then 4 hours later I have
Cobra Kai's
Euphoria.
already out.
Cobra Kai was great.
My parents they probably finished the new season already. They were like, we watched 4 episodes last night. And I'm like, oh my god. They're so hyped about it.
Yeah,
I really need to watch. I need to watch Cobra Kai.
Nathan, I feel like you would really dig it. It's really.
Oh, I do because
like,
I dig the Karate Kid.
It's so wholesome. It's awesome.
It's wholesome. The characters are like it's like the toeing the line between cheesy but just like very believable, relatable, and awesome characters' journeys.
Can you believe that show started out as a YouTube original?
How did that happen?
It's a shock.
Yeah. Wow.
Because I remember when that first trailer dropped, I'm like, Cobra Kai.
Yeah, this is so stupid.
This?
And then now it's like
you
my favorite
see that
show.
YouTube original band, and you're like, oh, like last time
you're like,
it was like a Logan Paul original movie.
Dude, it's Awesomeness TV or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I remember there was like one day for some reason like YouTube originals just kind of like opened their floodgates for like one day, and they were just like go wild, and I was like, and then I was like, I'm downloading every Cobra Kai. And then my computer got wiped. But yeah, man, I definitely need to. It's been fun, to actually dig Star Wars, and I hope to dig it more once we get our commentaries rolling. I actually was just thinking in my brain, like, man, I can't wait to watch the Phantom. This is gonna be a blast.
Dude, I'm excited. And in John Schnepp's honor, I will be pointing out all the semicircles that they stand in.
There's so much walking and talking.
It's so funny. We gotta pull that up. Honestly, it's like he literally is like another semicircle. They go to like.
I remember watching all the Collider commentaries.
They go to like plan the battle of how they're gonna like do the up the Naboo space and then down and everything, and they're like standing in a circle.
I remember Schnepp in The Force Awakens and Kylo kills Han. He's like, Kylo smiling. I'm like, Shep, no. I missed it. He's fantastic.
I have vivid memories of him trashing The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I'm just like, oh, I liked it.
I'm with Nathan too. I'm like, I actually liked it. I'm the one guy in the comment section. This is my favorite movie.
I'm on the bus early in the morning. Like, was $700 million really a flop for marketing? I don't know. I'm such a tiny mind in high school. I'm like, I don't know.
I still think $700 million was fine, but man, yeah.
I remember having anxiety. I was like, what do you mean movie talks ending? Oh, it's Collider now. Seeing the set move from red to green.
Red to green.
I was like,
That my freshman year of college was just all that whole switch. I'm just like, new year, man.
I used to watch every day of my senior year of high school. I watched movie talk every single day, 5 days a week.
Same.
5
Go home,
days
watch
a week.
it. How do I do that? It's like an hour long too.
Yeah,
man. Good times.
I remember like sometimes I would like fall off on like catch up on episodes. So whenever I was like doing editing stuff, I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is gonna fill the time. Let's go."
I'm your host, Ashley Mova. Here's
Jeez.
Or Sinead DeFries. Everybody.
Sinead's great.
Wendy Lizani.
Wendy's cool. Wendy does reactions on her. Yeah, the movie couple. Wendy and Dustin, they're cool.
Mm-hmm. Not as cool as us, but yeah,
I think at the end there, Perry had to like take over because no one was left. I was like, poor
Perry's been the shining light through it all.
Literally.
Yeah, I still follow Perry. Perry's the best. I watch all her videos. Yeah. Great stuff. And she's on the TV stuff and when you go to the theater. What do they call
it?
Screens. Yeah. That's the TV stuff. Screen. Yeah.
The commercials. These are trailers. These are commercials.
Ah, got you. Thank you. Yeah.
It's all marketing, ain't it? But yeah, fun 60th episode. I feel like every time it's like a milestone episode in like a nice round number. We always just go on these like really fun tangents.
Of course.
We should just say that for every episode. So we just.
So we have an excuse.
Man with no name tag. Where can I find you?
Damn, where is my name?
We don't know what state he's in. He's out wearing a college.
I didn't put the name tags on. I forgot.
Yeah, I will be finishing out my vacation here, but also on Twitter because I'm an addicted fool and nerd at the film cars. Hopefully, yeah, probably back tomorrow. I think we're doing God knows what topic. There'll be lots of them. So catch us then.
Primarily Hawkeye and Matrix.
Hawkeye and Matrix. I am so excited to talk about Matrix Resurrection.
Me too.
It was fine.
Oh, yeah, man. I know you
not like this.
Nathan and I are about to go off for so long.
I loved it.
But yeah.
Might just rewatch it just for the fun.
Catch us next week, starting commentaries and doing some other fun stuff. As always, yeah, follow everybody here. That's all I got.
Yeah. Follow me at HarrisEV9 on Twitter. I've been rewatching, binging Attack on Titan ever since mid-December. I'm on season 4.
I think you lapped me officially. I think you got to the.
I haven't lapped you yet. I have the pause screen on my PS5 right now. I'm watching Armin go to work on Marley.
Oh my god.
But that's all I'll say. But I'm trying to finish up by Sunday. I'm behind schedule because work has been killing me. So I got to catch up by Sunday at 3:45 p.m. That's when it drops. I'm going to lose my mind. So I've been doing that. I've been tweeting about High Republic stuff, and that's about it. Yeah. New year, new podcast topics. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, it's exciting stuff ahead. Can't wait to do some Star Wars commentaries.
And I'm Nathan.
Thanks. Where can they find you, motherfucker?
You're on it. But no, so yeah, you can find me here on the channel. You find me on Twitter at _Nathan Rojas, where I'm hey, what do you know? Ramping up on this little show I've been working on for a decade. Fucking dying. So tired. I'm going through like a recast thing. There's a lot going on actually, but I'm going to be debuting some posters, working on a teaser. It's gonna be fun. Half the 3 out of like the 6 core people are still locked in. Working on Evan's poster tonight probably.
Wow.
I think Carson's really gonna like his. Just seeing like what it is. So yeah, it's fun. I just trying to implement like a showcase of people and their designs. It's a lot of fun. So yeah. That being said, if you guys enjoyed our podcast, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe and already. Catch us tomorrow. And then again, full commentary tracks for the Star Wars saga, 1 through 9, including Rogue One and Solo. And then, we'll probably do like Mandalorian in the future and stuff for sure. And all these different shows. Yeah, stick around for that. And that being said, hope you have a great day. May the Force be with you always.